Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Big E, of course, is here. Kadog is here. How are you, my friend?
Hey, Miguel.
Welcome
Thank you
back.
for having me. I'm well. I'm happy to start a new week with you, sir.
Absolutely. Coming off a nice weekend.
Excited for the opportunity. Yeah, it was a good weekend.
I keep doing this. I don't know if you guys do this, but we end the show on Thursday relatively early, going 6 to 8 in the morning on Thursday. And so by the time Friday gets here, it feels like a Saturday. And so I keep honestly like having to pull up the guide on my TV and go, wait, what day is it?
Right.
And I'm like, oh my God, it's Friday. Wow. Okay, awesome. Because it feels like that doesn't count as a work day since we're done so early on Thursday.
Yeah,
I don't know if
That's
that's
not the same for me.
Thursday night.
No, that's
Thursday
not
night is
happening.
extra cool. Thursday night feels like Friday night for sure.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Beth and I went to a movie, I believe on Thursday night.
Can't remember.
I can't remember if it was Thursday or Friday night, but it was like
What'd you see?
The Big Short.
Was it very, very busy?
No, it was
Okay,
dead.
it's probably Thursday.
Well, it wasn't dead, but it was but no, it was Thursday. For sure it was, because we were driving there. It was like, oh, parking's gonna suck. We ended up going into Birmingham. It was playing at it was the only time we could get was it was playing at the Birmingham 8.
Yeah.
So we ended up going there. And yeah, it was like, wow.
Did you wear your scarf?
I did not wear a scarf.
Oh, you're in Birmingham. You
We
should've.
weren't planning on going I don't live in Birmingham. I don't
Mike
don't
wears a
rag on me.
scarf. Mike wears a scarf. Mike wears a scarf.
My mom made me a
You don't have
scarf
to wear
years
it.
ago.
My mom's bought me several things that I never use.
She made it though. I'd feel like an ass if I didn't. I wore it to the auto show when we went.
Actually, there is a charm to it because Pat, lovingly knit that for you.
Yeah.
It's not the cashmere
No.
flannel
No
deal, that you're kind of looking,
Yeah.
douchey with. It's more me scarf.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, I give you a little break there.
I got to keep these pipes warm when it's this cold out. I make a living off these pipes, as you know, Jay, and I cannot risk injury.
No, I understand.
So
I appreciate you taking such care.
Yeah, I'm looking out for the team.
And then pretty much staying home all day. That's to kind of protect everything. And I
Absolutely.
appreciate that too.
I went out to the dog park.
Oh, where? Which one?
Oh shit! Don't ask me that. Wixom.
Hmm.
Went out to Wixom, and we took Izzy out there, and then because it was a play date with Eve Poops.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we went and saw the Potato, and Potato looks great.
Does
She's
she?
lost weight. She was running around playing with other dogs, but it was touch and go for a while there. I mean, the ice was everywhere. I was slipping and sliding. I was one slip and fall away from game over.
I'm glad you made it.
Yeah.
So Eve went to the same owner that she got away from that one night.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
remember when Beth was looking in the woods?
Oh,
that,
yeah.
That was because of the new owner didn't have her on a leash properly.
Yeah.
And Eve took off. Beth camps out in the woods for like 4 days, finds Eve Proops, and ends up at the same parents.
Yes.
Okay. And those parents are proving to be
Very, very
qualified.
good.
and
Yeah.
good. Well, that's
yeah.
good.
And Eve was running around without a leash on,
Very nice.
nipping at other poops. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was freezing though. It got really cold all of a sudden this weekend. So, but yeah, so I ventured out a couple times.
Well done, sir.
It's not bad, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Some fresh air.
Yeah.
What'd you do, E?
Besides
know.
talking to the press, he's been talking to the press.
Yeah. What's the deal on that? So you're playing in Westland tonight?
Sure, yeah.
Look at E, huh?
Just an open mic, to be honest with you.
Well,
It's nothing.
Ah, apparently
Golly.
not. You're getting press for it.
I know.
Seen write-ups about you and everything.
I don't know. Just some listener, I guess. They run the Westland community, whatever it was.
Westland's a good-sized city.
I guess.
We
Yeah.
give them like their due, They take the time to do this for him. Whatever, some listener or whatever. It's
I
a
don't know,
Westland
something,
thing.
some piece of shit. I don't know what it is. Probably some shit outlet. Never heard of them.
Westland.
I noticed they.
The Westland Community News.
Yeah, it's a fine establishment.
Yes, I've read many articles of it before.
Yeah. Now you've been featured prominently.
It's a dream come true, to be honest with you.
I noticed
You're a dick.
one member of the show was clearly slighted. Besides Kadog. Kadog was clearly slighted as well.
Yeah, E, you didn't even mention me.
You were mentioned.
Oh,
You're gonna have to take issue with the writer.
I noticed it mentioned that Mike Clark was a part of this operation at one point, which is good 2 years later to still be referencing. But I get it.
I
You
couldn't
want
even be
name-
referenced as a seat warmer.
Yeah, there was
I
like,
mean,
Like a
it was like
placeholder.
a goat. Like that seat doesn't
The
exist.
placeholder
Jay.
that I am. I couldn't even be referenced as that.
I don't know if you. I would suggest and recommend you don't read it if you didn't read it because I don't want to hurt your feelings.
Pretty
But,
bad, huh?
oh,
I
I mean,
answered-
it was clear that somebody was on a mission to slight that seat,
Mm.
and I don't know if that was E or if the reporter was taking liberties. I'm not sure. I'm inclined to say E.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I answered 6 or 7 questions. Your name was in there, Jay, and I don't know. I guess
Was it? Were you quoted as like "fuck that guy"?
No, I
He's a
was
seat
not.
warmer
Yeah, they're
anyways
like-
for the real legend, Mike Clark, who should be back any day now.
I did not say that.
Yeah, they're like, we can't even use anything he said about Jay. It's so negative and profane.
Yes.
So I
That
just
is-
got cut out completely.
I was very complimentary in my answers. I guess they just weren't good enough. I don't know.
Oh, E.
I was very complimentary in my answers.
Okay, so you're where tonight or Monday night,
At Ashley's Comedy or something.
dude? Trying to help you out, E. I don't know. Maybe you have that at the ready. Look at him. He's like Googling it or something.
Yeah. He's Googling his own name to see where he's going to be
It's like Ashley's Bar in Westland. Why don't we say that? 7:30.
Monday night.
Why don't
Sure.
we say that? Why don't we go with that?
Ugh, E.
I figure, well, with this write-up, I mean, I shouldn't have to worry about that anymore now that it's out.
Yeah, you're getting major press.
That is my first ever interview, so that was nice.
Was that your first one?
I've never done an interview before someone asked me questions and it went anywhere.
Nicely done.
I know. What are you gonna do?
How was your weekend, sir?
It was good. A lot of soccer, man. I was all over the place with soccer. Dude.
Indoor. You're in
Yeah.
indoor world. Is that place in Wixom still there?
Yeah, total
Is
soccer.
it Total Soccer?
Yep.
Because the Ford plant isn't there anymore.
Correct. Isn't that weird to go by
It's
there now?
weird,
And
yes.
see that RV like super center thing.
Well,
Yeah, save big money at Menards. That place is right
That's
there.
there too. Dude,
And the General
thank
RV
God,
is right
by the
next
way.
door.
Thank God that
How-
Menards is there.
Really?
Oh yeah, because otherwise it's a huge gaping hole, and at least the Menards takes up.
yeah,
I mean,
it's
not even close.
a
Still,
huge piece
but
of land. And it's amazing to think what they removed off there, just gone.
Right.
But that RV thing, man, I can't get over the amount of inventory at that
It's
place.
huge.
Like how many millions of dollars in RVs do they have sitting on that lot? It's
and
incredible.
how
Tens
often
of
do you? How many
millions,
do you
if not
really
more.
need? Like, how many are they? I mean, I feel like people aren't. That's not a place where people are every daily coming in.
Of course not.
Probably.
That is like one of the luxuries of luxuries.
Right.
If you
Buying
think
a
about it.
house.
Yeah. Like how many things do you tick off the list before you get to RV?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially, yeah.
More
I know
so
it's a
than
way
boat.
Of,
Like,
it's a way
people
of
will
life
buy-
for a lot of people, and that's cool. I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying, like, it is like way down the list for me in terms of like this other crap I'd have to buy before I got
Yeah.
anywhere close to. Why don't we go for an RV? That'd be cool.
I think it'd be sweet to
It
like
would
sell,
be sweet.
like in my position, like sell everything on the planet I own and then just invest in a sweet ass RV and then gone
Yeah.
and just live out of it.
yeah.
That'd be cool just to go on a
Badass.
coastline somewhere and just like, yep, this is my home now.
Yep. Wasn't
That'd
there
be
like
cool.
a Toronto Blue Jays pitcher or something who did that?
He is with the Tigers right now.
Yeah, right.
He's living out of a van or something.
Yeah, he was living.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
he was
That's
living
awesome.
like on a beach or something, like you just described.
Yeah, you see that up and down the coast in California. You'll see a lot of those where people just, and they're just going like beach to beach.
Oh, we've got a
RV.
friend of ours that does that in the winter. They have a condo here, and then they just go to Florida, and they're about to leave in a couple weeks, and just kind of chase the weather. you
Yeah.
know, and just
Awesome.
drive around and
Um,
homeschool their kids, so it's like it works.
Yeah. So you did soccer all weekend?
Yeah, and then what was it? Saturday night, went to a surprise party
Oh,
for
boy.
Gab.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like
Is it her birthday?
it was to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of her gym.
Ah,
Yeah,
should we give it a
so-
plug?
Yeah, GB Training
Live Fit.
Center. GB Training Center
Yes.
in Lake Orion, where living is a vacation.
I've heard that.
Check it
That's
out.
what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy an RV and I'm going to go there because I hear living there year round is like a vacation.
It really is.
So I'm just going to park like outside your. Could I just park in your driveway? Like I won't take up much of it, just like one half of the driveway. Still give you and Gab a way in with your cars.
Right. Yeah. No, that'd be good. So yeah. So we got. It was a surprise for me as well, which was cool. And yeah. So we stayed up way too late Saturday, and you can
You get
probably hear it
shit-faced?
in my voice. And yeah, we both got kind of shit faced.
Nice.
But it
So
was a good
Gab has
time.
matured. I remember distinctly when we were very much younger that Gab hated surprise parties.
Yeah, Gab doesn't like surprises.
I see.
So, but she enjoyed this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Nice.
You know, to see all the, it's a lot of her clients and close friends and stuff. So it was cool that they did that.
Close friends, huh?
What?
It's interesting. I don't know. I would have thought your close friends would have been there. Gab's close friend, but I don't remember hearing anything about it. So
No, it was our close friends. Yeah.
E, were you there? Kadog, you made an
No.
appearance.
No,
there, right?
it was our close friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah. I feel like I've known Gab since she was in high school, but whatever. Maybe my invite got lost in the mail or something. I would have loved to have gone there and had some cocktails with
Yeah.
everybody and
Yeah.
checked out the gym formally. But
I think technically everybody there probably worked out there at least once. So
I've never been invited there. so
no, oh really? You've never been invited there? Is that right?
No, that's not true.
well,
You sons of
I
bitches.
certainly wasn't invited to any sweet badass parties over the weekend. That I know for sure.
You know, one thing that struck me, and it strikes me a lot when drinking gets involved, is how often the subject of anal sex can come up. Just among
Between you and Gab, or between
among
others?
groups of people who you either just met
What?
or within a group where you wouldn't have thought that subject would come up. You add alcohol, and
So,
What?
yeah,
Wait, what?
How does this go down? How does it come up? And because someone has to start that conversation.
dude, it's all
Who was it?
No, it's going down the route of like, several couples standing around just joking with each other, and then it's like so and so is going to get lucky after the party, and then it's like it degrades into and then all of a sudden you're with this group of people
And someone's like, oh, maybe you'll let her put
where
her in the ass.
anal comes up, It's like, really? Like, I know you guys, like I don't know you two at all, and here we are talking about anal sex. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it was interesting.
That happened to us. Remember when we were
Anal
out?
sex? No, I don't remember that, Mike.
No, let me finish my thought. When we were out for our bar night, where people could go out with the Detroit Cast in a limo,
Dude, see?
Remember that?
Yeah, it just tends to come up.
like the drunker we got, all of a sudden that chick was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna take it in the ass tonight."
Yeah,
so and so.
exactly.
All right, she was a total gamer.
Total gamer.
Yeah. So I can see how that happens. I found myself oddly more attracted to her after that statement too. I really did. I had much more respect for her when she declared that
Yeah.
openly to a public, in public to a group of relative strangers.
Right. Yeah. The guard comes down, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden everybody's open for business. I don't know. It just struck me again.
Yeah.
How alcohol is just it's incredible that's the drug that
Yeah. I wonder what that
nobody
is.
really focuses on, like as problematic.
Not at all.
I mean, obviously the drinking and driving thing, but
Yeah.
but it's pretty. But that's it. To the extent is it's just
everybody's
as long
all-
as you don't drink and drive, it's like have at it.
right, everybody's all over weed, It's like,
Yeah.
dude, alcohol is so bad.
Oh, alcohol's the
so
worst.
bad.
It is the worst. Yeah, you will never behave like that on. I can't think of another drug that you would behave.
Well, I haven't done as many drugs as you, so
Yeah.
I'll believe you.
Well, we hear a lot of like lose your mind crazy shit from some of that synthetic weed.
Yeah. Oh man.
But as far as like acid's more chill. I guess you could have a bad trip. But any of the opiates or even the coke, stuff like that, you're just not going to behave like you do on alcohol. Alcohol is just a game changer, man. I know we've talked about it before, and there's nothing you can do about it. But yeah, it's crazy. It's definitely one of those drugs, man.
made for an interesting weekend, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, the auto show's here, and you know what that means. Fast cars, hot models, and sweet deals for Detroit Cast listeners. As hundreds of thousands of would-be car buyers pile downtown to check out the new metal, Zott Ford is offering you thousands of dollars off your new Ford. From now until the end of the auto show, you can lease a new 2016 Ford Fusion or Escape for just $202 with 02. That's only at Zott Ford in Holly.
What do Reverend Jesse Jackson, Cher, and Michael Moore have in common?
The Flint water crisis.
Yes.
Cher's
involved. Yeah. This story, I don't know what it is. There's a couple stories, and just being totally honest, just don't, for whatever reason, they're not as sexy to me. The Flint water one, the standoff in Oregon.
Totally.
We haven't referenced it. Have we even referenced it on the show?
We've talked about it off the air, and we're both just like,
Yeah. I don't know what it is about those stories that it's just like, maybe it's that I feel like you need to do a lot of research on them.
Well, the Oregon one, it's like, all right, tell me when the shit goes down, right? Tell me when the Branch Davidian shit happens.
Yes.
When the government lights fire to their shit.
Yes.
When that happens, tell me and we'll watch it live.
When the Kool-Aid's being poured into individual Dixie cups, let me know and we'll be the first ones to talk about it. Until then, it's just like, it's like pregame. You know, the pregame's going on and it's an extended pregame. The Flint water story is an amazing story, really, when you think about it. But as soon as I hear that cast of characters, Cher, Michael Moore, and Reverend Jesse Jackson, I immediately like go, okay.
Well, and you hear that cast of characters, and then you go, if this were happening not locally, if this were happening, say, in St. Louis, we would comment on it because of these claims by these folks that this is like being an intentional thing, that we're like trying to poison the African-American population. Is that the charge?
Yeah, sort of. That this is racially motivated. I think so much of what's going on is less so racially motivated than it is just poor ass people. Poor ass people. That's what it is.
That's the biggest divide. It's not so much on racial terms, and we talk about this in other contexts. It's really a socioeconomic issue.
Yeah.
Social classes rather than racial.
Who's making the calls into Flint? That's Democrats, right? Isn't that
very likely?
Yeah. So who do you blame? Is it the evil Republicans that don't care about minorities or about poor people? I don't know. Michael Moore was at the front lines at a rally he held in Flint. Obviously, he's from Flint.
Was he wearing a state hat?
He wasn't. He was wearing a camouflage Detroit Tigers hat. It looked like it just had the Old English D on it.
Okay.
But it did have green in it. So if you just at quick glance, you might think it had the Spartan hat. I know that drives you nuts, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
I can't stand that.
I mean, even when he's parodied in cartoon form, they put the green Spartan hat on him. I mean, it's just like his thing. So he was there. He claimed the government neglected the city's complainants and complainants of the contaminated water supply until it turned into a crisis. He's blaming Governor Rick Schneider. He knew that toxins, pollutants, and eventually lead was leaching into the water after the city switched sources, exposing thousands of vulnerable children. About 200 residents joined the protest, some chanting, "Snyder's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Snyder's got to go."
Can we come up with a new chant?
Hey, hey,
hey,
ho.
Other than hey, hey, ho, ho, and then just insert something that rhymes.
So we do need to come up with some new rhymes because this is absurd. Snyder's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Water is a human right.
No.
Whoa.
Who's writing these things? Am I?
Hey, hey, ho, ho, water.
That is quoted, right? Under my thumb there. Chant it out, sir.
Oh, water is a human right. Snyder's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Water is a human right. Oh.
Yeah, that's
horrible.
It doesn't roll well. Snyder's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Water is a human right. They were Callous Rick made Flint sick. That's on signs. They're holding up signs. Callous Rick made Flint sick. See what they're doing there. This is not a mistake. Moore said 10 people here have been killed because of the political decision. They did this. They knew. Flint was under control of the state-appointed emergency manager when it switched using tap water from Detroit's system to the nearby Flint River back in April of 2014, of course, to save money.
That just sounds like a Hobson's choice on paper, doesn't it? Detroit water, Flint water. And I get, like, Detroit water is actually really good and used by many, but on paper, like if you're like in North Dakota and you're reading this, you're probably going, I don't want either of those.
Yeah.
Detroit water or Flint water.
But the city didn't add any treatments that could have reduced the pollutants, reduced corrosion, removed contaminants from the water, thus leading to the more corrosive Flint River water to leach lead from the pipes. And it looks gross. We've been seeing images for weeks now of people holding, I think that one that looks like tea, big jug of it.
The rusty looking.
I think that might be rigged. It didn't look the same as everyone else. I'm not calling them a liar. I'm just saying it looked more contaminated than others. Like I want to keep my eye on that because Some of them just looked like filthy water,
Mhm.
not good. But one of them looked like, like it was iced tea. I mean,
Gross.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know what you do, but Cher's coming to the rescue. She's sending
Well.
180,000 bottles of water like these.
Okay.
Where's all that plastic
Thank
gonna
you,
go?
Cher.
That's nice.
How many residents are in Flint, Michigan now? Anyone off the top of their head? Anyone? And how many do they each get? 2?
Right.
I
That'll
guess
be
it's
good
better
enough
than
for-
what we're doing here. I mean, we're not doing anything
That's true.
to help personally. So I guess we shouldn't take shots at Cher for that. I hope she got a good deal on the water.
What do we got? 100,000?
And how many did you say?
Everybody gets
180,000 bottles.
So everyone.
not quite 2.
Almost 2 bottles of water for everybody. So use it wisely, folks. I mean, if you're taking a shower or a bath, or you're doing some cooking, I wouldn't waste it on having hot tea at night.
I wouldn't
Pro-
flush the toilet. I know that.
That's going to be hard. Certainly not if you took a healthy, I mean, maybe you could.
I guess you can use contaminated water to flush your toilet. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about all you'd want to use.
So is it
for.
so bad you can't shower in it?
I don't know.
Is it stinksing?
I think it stinks.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it's stinksing. I think that's safe to say. The crisis has gotten the attention of Cher and the president. Obama declared a state of emergency in Flint on Saturday to make federal aid available, but more also demanded that Obama visit. He's demanding that the president visit when he's here for the auto show.
Well, what's he gonna do?
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, here I am. Yep. Still looks contaminated.
All right.
Well,
Like
I got to
I
go
said-
check out some sweet new cars. I'll be
Yeah.
back later.
Like I said, declared an emergency. Yep. Okay.
Moore said the water crisis would turn out to be Snyder's Katrina, adding it would be Obama's New Orleans. Powerful words there. If he didn't make an appearance in the city. He also called the city a crime scene that would never have happened in a white city. And then he says they would never do this to West Bloomfield. They would never do this to Ann Arbor. They would never do this to Farmington Hills. Agree. They probably wouldn't be able to pull that off. But it's a racial crisis. That's where I don't know. Poverty crisis is probably more like it.
Well,
That's
is
what
this
created
partly a function though of them having another water source, whereas those other communities wouldn't necessarily have that available water source?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's
You know
why,
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't do it to West Bloomfield. Well, West Bloomfield doesn't have like this massive water source that apparently Flint does,
Mhm.
albeit a shit one. But
Right.
and why can't they just rehook up the old one
They did.
and it's still not good?
I guess not. See, these are details we need to know more about this, but I think they did go, okay, this isn't working. Turn it off, unscrew the tap, and screw it back into the Detroit River. Let's get the water going over here. They just unplugged the hose from the Flint River and then plugged it into the Detroit River, and apparently that's not good enough.
Huh.
So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep trying. We'll see if Cher and Michael Moore can help. Hey, why spend time sitting in traffic going to the game when you could spend the afternoon watching the game in the ultimate sports lodge, Twin Peaks? At Twin Peaks, you won't find the standard menu of frozen foods that go out of a bag and into a fryer. You'll find the best kitchen in sports that's making everything from scratch right down to their ranch. Catch every big game at your local Twin Peaks. Good food, cold beer, big screens. You guys watch any football this weekend?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I want to be clear, by the way. I don't want to make light of the Flint situation. They're neighbors of ours, and I know we can come off as crass here. That would be a devastating story or situation if you were living there. Imagine, you
You have
and
no
Gab
water.
with a young family, upstart, rooting yourselves in Flint, Michigan, and having to deal with that. And they're talking about it poisoning kids. And
Wait, I still haven't gotten over you saying I have to root my family in Flint, Michigan. Okay, now you're going to give me contaminated water.
yeah,
Like you were saying, we're not making light of this.
sort of we are, but yeah, I don't know what we're supposed to do about it. Just seems like but it is
I
a
know.
terrible situation.
We could send Big E up there. I mean,
Could we?
Cher's involved. Michael Moore's
What
involved.
am I
we
gonna
should.
do?
Well, I think
E,
you,
you could be
go
an
there.
ambassador for change.
You could at least help them work on their chants. I think if they could get a better
Yeah.
handle on some chants.
You
I mean,
got-
you're a
True.
comedy writer.
Everybody has some skill, right? I think.
Sure.
What else
Would
can you
that be
rhyme
it?
ho
I've,
with?
I've been. I don't know. I think you gotta go
E,
away from hey hey ho ho as it is. I think that's a.
all right,
okay,
come up
Well,
with
that's
a
a
chant.
tall order.
What's
I
a
mean,
new chant? E, new
don't-
chant.
I
Come on,
don't-
right now.
Off the top of my head, I can't do it.
Come on. White people not liking black people, giving them bad water. Go.
What? No, I
That's
can't.
the theme. Now,
I can't.
think what rhymes with ho? Hey, hey, ho, ho. Snyder's got to go. Hey, hey,
No.
ho, ho. Stop giving us this shitty H2O.
Oh, now you're talking. See?
That
Now
would
the
be better.
Creative
Yeah.
juices are flowing now, E. I see it. Let's go.
I can't off the top of my head just think of a chant. I don't know.
No, low, ho, mo. We don't want your shitty water, no mo. Hey, hey, ho, ho.
Grow, sow, like reap what you sow. You could play off
Yeah,
that
there
somehow.
you go.
I don't know. I can't think.
Grow, crow,
Low, mo, homo.
toe.
I can't think of a rhyming chant
Oh
right
my
now.
God, E.
You're the ambassador from the
For
Detroit
change.
cast for change.
Well,
E.
But yeah, you just made that. You just made me that 2 minutes ago. I don't.
You're
I
the
need to
head
get-
of the change committee.
I know. Well, I need to get a. I need
This
to
is-
get some people and make a.
Jay's taught us that establishing committees is
Do it.
key.
It buys
for
you some
change.
time, E.
Well,
Yeah.
I need to make. If I'm the head of it, then I need to create a committee
See,
myself to help me out.
This
with-
is bullshit. When E got his stand-up career off the ground, we gave him 30 minutes in a room
Air quote stand up.
and said, write a routine. All you need is 5 minutes of top stand-up, and then we'll do it. And he went in the other room and he worked out a strong 5 minutes.
Okay.
So maybe we send E into the other room,
Yeah. And come back with
give him 10 minutes because he doesn't even have to come up with 5 minutes of
what do we
material.
want? Just one chant, two chants? What
I
do we
think
want?
two chances.
Two
not-
chants, E. Go.
I mean, we gave you all the rhyming points. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Snyder's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Something, something. No
Dun,
mo.
dun. There's just got to be a rhythm to it. You can do this. Go.
Come on, the people
Go,
of Flint
out.
are counting on you, E.
Ambassador of change.
I'm
Go.
not gonna.
I'm not gonna.
I don't know
I'm not
what-
gonna as he takes
I
his
can
headphones
do
off.
it, but I'm not going to come up with anything that will be good.
Not with that defeatist attitude, you're not.
My God, man.
You-
That's how
you-
you go through life, dude.
I gotta.
No wonder you're who you are.
The water change. I mean, you're talking about a water change.
Here, I'll give you some bullet points from the story.
I know the bullet points.
Dirty water, people frustrated by it, unfairness, it's gotta
Poverty.
change.
Blacks.
Rich guy stepping on white guy.
Yeah,
or-
you
poor
come
guy.
up with one.
Stop giving the shitty
We're-
water to the Negro. Hey, hey.
Oh.
Oh,
There you go. Look at that. That's great.
I know. I've come up with 3 of them on the air. Come on, E.
I don't think like that, dude.
Go, E. 10 minutes. Come back.
10 minutes. You're on a 10-minute timeout. See what you can come up with. Everybody's counting on you.
We need 2 chants. Chance for change, E. Chance for
Kadog, will
change.
you go up in 5 minutes and make sure he's not sitting up there watching The Simpsons or
Or
something?
whacking off.
Yeah, or just rummaging through shit in the house.
I was all on board until you threw in the whacking.
If
off
he's
and,
whack, you just grab his hand. Just grab
Yeah.
his wrist.
just like, can I get a newspaper
No.
and swat him with it?
You could
Yes. Yes.
take
No.
this, just hit his wrist. No, 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 no.
Batty.
Rub his
Gonna
nose.
be whacking off, and you're.
I'll show them what I can do in 10 minutes. I pulled off twice upstairs.
Oh, God.
Amity.
Hey, are you ready to quit smoking once and for
Do I
all?
want to do this?
Great Lakes
Yes.
Vapor is here to make that a reality. Their e-cigs
got
are
this.
handmade and guaranteed for life. Check them out in person off Grand River in Brighton or off Orchard Lake in Farmington, or shop online at greatlakesvapor.com and have everything you need mailed right to your door. Greatlakesvapor.com is the best place to order refills of all GLV juice. Use the promo code DetroitCast and you'll get 10% off all online orders.
I don't know about you, Jay. I don't know if it's a Monday thing, but I just felt like a natural calm came over this whole room.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that a
Like-
Monday
like
thing or
just
a
a second
Sunday
ago.
thing? Yeah, it's weird.
Hmm.
Yeah, I did watch football this weekend. Did you watch any football?
I saw we had it, we were at that party and they had a TV on, and I saw the Hail Mary Rodgers.
Is that unbelievable?
Yeah.
Twice in a season.
I know, dude. It's
What
amazing.
a throw, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, on his back foot like that,
Pretty
chucking that
amazing.
thing. Yeah. But the Packers ended up losing to the Cardinals. I was so hoping the Cardinals would win that game.
Oh, yeah.
Tired of the I
Oh,
hate
yeah.
the Packers.
Yeah, so that sets up Carolina and Phoenix
Yeah,
or
and
Arizona. So
Arizona.
that'll be good.
In Carolina today or Sunday, depending on
Crushed,
when you're.
right?
Well, they
were crushing it at
dude,
halftime.
they got up 31-0 and almost paid for it dearly because they went into absolute shutdown mode. They did not go in to put the pedal down on the throat of
Yeah.
your opponent and crush them. You can go 2 ways with that. It could end up being 62-0, or you can let Seattle creep back into the game, which they absolutely did.
So what was the final?
31-24?
No shit.
Yeah,
Wow.
it came down to an onside kick at
Oh
the
my
end.
God. Wow.
Yeah.
No, I saw the halftime score. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
like
so
most people.
those two, and then at the time of this recording, Mike, we don't know Pittsburgh, Denver for sure, but we know
Yeah.
New England is in. So,
Yeah, New England's in.
so
Kansas City lost to New England.
yeah.
Um,
So we could very well see Brady in another Super Bowl.
dude,
here.
is that really his 5th straight championship game now? That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Think about how spoiled you'd be as a Boston or Patriots fan.
It's like being a Wings fan.
Yeah, but man, I don't know. You think of football as maybe it's just because of the Lions' ineptitude over
Yeah.
the past century that you don't even
Mhm.
consider like being able to do that. And you're right, that is reflecting exactly what the Wings did for those
Yeah.
years.
I mean, I definitely had that feeling where 15, 16 years into that playoff run where it's like, yeah, call me in the finals.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like you just, and I know that's a shitty attitude to have because when that goes away, it really goes away and it can go
Mhm.
away for decades.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know. NFL seems different. Maybe that's just because I care about the NFL more than I do hockey. I can't imagine ever getting sick of those runs like that. And I'm sure some diehard Wings fans would say the same thing, that they don't ever
yeah.
take those for granted or get sick of them. Not that I ever get sick of the Wings ones, but yeah, 5 straight championship games. The guy, if they make it to the Super, so he's 1 game away from the Super Bowl again, and that will make what, 7 appearances in the Super Bowl? I mean, he's 4-2.
Right?
He's got 4 rings, 2
Wow.
losses. That's unbelievable.
Hmm.
That's unbelievable. I mean, just the way that league is set up for parity.
Oh yeah.
It's not meant to have teams go on dynasty runs that are 20 years long.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So now that the Lions picked off one of their director of whatever scouting or whatever
yeah,
it was,
college and pro
um,
scouting or something.
so that's a good sign, right, Mike? They're winners, so everybody within the organization
yeah,
is really great, and so he's going to be great, right?
yeah, you would
He's
hope.
going to
But
turn the Lions around, right, Mike?
sure.
Okay.
Well, we can hope, right? Well, it sounds like Caldwell's back.
Yeah.
He's keeping Caldwell, which I don't have a problem with. I know that most people don't want to hear that. A lot of people were like, "Fuck him, fire him," but I did not think this Lions season could have absolutely gone the way with a couple bounces here and there. I know that sounds ridiculous, especially from a Lions when you're talking about the Lions, but there's no reason this couldn't have gone the same way the Chiefs season went.
Hmm.
I mean, the Chiefs were 1-5, just like the Lions, and then got hot and ripped off 10 or 11 straight wins.
Yeah.
And then, got close with New England, but won a playoff game. And they had the same thing that the Lions did, where they had a really tough opening schedule and then took full advantage of the softer schedule in the second half of the season.
Yeah.
And the Lions could have easily done that. I'm telling you, if that Green Bay game, if that Hail Mary doesn't happen, could have been a totally different outcome.
Mhm. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit more objective than a lot of people looking at the Lions just because I'm not emotionally involved with them.
Yeah.
And I look at it like, the prior season, he was a great success and everybody was optimistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, they crapped the bed, right? During the first, no question. Everybody agrees that he screwed up a lot of calls and this and that. But I don't know. I guess I'm of the opinion like, yeah, give him another year instead of blowing. You hear people saying like after the 11-5 season, then this happens. It's like blow it up. Like how many times do you want to blow it up? I think you have to see it through to some extent.
Yep.
And I guess my point about him is he was really good the prior year, not so good this year.
Mhm.
Let's give him a third and see where that goes.
Yeah, we don't have patience, and it's not fair to heap on to a coach that's never been here before 50 years of ineptitude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you look at like coaches and management used to be given opportunities to build something. You're never going to build anything if you're going on a 1-year or a 2-year resume.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I just kind of don't feel like the Lions are that far off, as dumb as that sounds. I know, save the email. I get it, but I don't feel like they're that far off. The players love the guy. The whole league respects him as a coach, Caldwell. Like why? I agree with you. Why would you blow that all up for what? Like, is there some glamorous pick out there?
Yeah,
That's
unless there was somebody like remember when Millen blew out Morning Wagon and grabbed Mariucci, who just came available. Like he believed in Mariucci, so if that's the guy you wanted all along and he's available, okay, grab him. But if there's not that guy, then I just don't see change for change.
Yeah, change for change's sake. It doesn't seem to make all that much sense. But
and I know coaching matters, and certainly at top level pro sports, it matters, and those guys are really good at what they do, and some are way better than others.
Mhm.
But you know, you've coached a little bit, I coach a little bit, obviously at a way different level, but you understand very quickly, like you can instruct and teach a certain way, and it's up to the players, man.
Yeah.
The coach gets way too much credit or way too much blame. It's just
Yeah.
the players go out there and play. Cliche, I know, but it's the truth.
Yeah. And they've got to be pros, you know?
Yeah, and there's guys who were not being pros on a lot of those key plays. And
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what you could do with a guy like a Belichick who spends years and years and years, or a guy like Andy Reid who spends years and years somewhere and is able to really get a foothold in with an organization and draft. And
well, goes hand in hand though with the player selection.
yeah,
At the pro level, it's like he can only do so much with the players he has.
Yeah.
So we'll see if this Quinn dude is the real deal. Hopefully he is,
And maybe that'll bring Calvin back for another year. It sounds like he was really contemplating retirement. I don't know where that stands now. And it sounds like the Quinn guy was going to, the new GM was going to give him time to think about that. But I think it might have been Wojo that was writing about it, saying this keeping someone like Caldwell could bring Calvin back for another year. So I don't know. We'll see. I'd hate to see him end his career in Detroit after 10 years or whatever.
yeah. Just on a note, like a Barry, just a walk away.
Yeah.
Be too bad.
He could absolutely play the Larry Fitzgerald role next year.
Yeah.
And yeah. So anyway, we'll see. We've got did you see the detainees in Iran are on their way home now?
I did, man. I mean, this is kind of a crazy. We have another Obama swap.
Yeah. And
So-
again, I don't know what the value is on everybody, but 7-4 in a trade again.
He's looking more and more like the Matt Millen of international prisoner swaps.
Yes.
And we saw the Bergdahl thing go down.
Was that 4-1 or 5-1?
It was like 5-1, and we see what a shit player we got back in Bergdahl.
Yeah.
And then those guys, I'm sure, will go on to do great things and for whatever
Taliban
team they're
members?
playing for.
John Kerry has announced that the economic sanctions against Iran have been lifted, as news also breaking over the weekend that these 4 U.S. citizens were released as part of a prisoner swap. Iran has met its obligations to the UN atomic watchdog, and the sanctions have now been lifted as per promises made. Kerry said, Iran has undertaken significant steps that many, and I do mean many people, doubted would ever come to pass, and that should be recognized, even though the full measure of this achievement can only be realized by assuring continued full compliance in the coming years. Today marks the moment that the Iran nuclear agreement transitions from an ambitious set of promises on paper to measurable action and progress. Today, the United States, our allies in the Middle East, and the entire world are safer because of the threat of the nuclear weapon has been reduced. And then these 4 prisoners released, including Jason, was it Rezaian? He's the Washington Post reporter.
Okay.
Yeah, there he is. He's been held in Iran since 2014 when he's arrested and convicted of supposed espionage. So yeah, the deal, let's see, we got Jason back, Amir Hekmati, an American of Iranian
guy
descent.
from Flint, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he's the guy that grew up in Flint.
Yeah,
I don't know if now's
now's the time.
I mean, is this the time you want to go and, set roots now? And
Right.
I don't know if those roots are going to take with the water the way it is in Flint. I don't know. Anyway, he was a U.S. Marine fighting in Iraq during the Second Gulf War. He was imprisoned on espionage while visiting his family in Tehran in 2011. He was sentenced to death at one point. Yeah. So
There's probably just an assumption by those guys. Anybody who's had any contact with the military who goes back in there is there to, quote, see his family. And they're just like, oh,
yeah,
bullshit.
Yeah.
CIA.
espionage. He was then convicted of serving a hostile country and handed a 10-year prison sentence in 2012 before being released today. Saeed Abdini, raised in Boise, Idaho, was a convert to Christianity. So he's over there trying to set up churches,
Okay.
Christian churches.
It's frowned upon.
Very much so. He was detained by the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, spent time in solitary confinement, which he claimed he was beaten and denied medical treatment. He was sentenced to 8 years in prison for subverting Iranian security by creating an international network of churches. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard one of the sisters, maybe it was his sister or the guy from Flint's sister was saying, oh, yeah, he was regularly beaten and tased in the kidneys over and over and over.
Really? Oh, that would hurt. There is that him there, Kadog? Yeah. Did you check on Big E?
I did.
Was he
and,
working? Did he have a pen in hand or dick in hand?
He was actually raiding the fridge when I checked. And the best part is he was eating those peanut butter balls that I think Gab made in round.
Oh my
November.
God! Yes,
Thanksgiving.
yes.
Yeah,
I think those are turning a different color
Yeah,
than they originally were.
they looked a little fuzzy, so I warned him he should probably.
Dude, those
stop.
are seriously October, November. Wow.
They were Halloween. They were Halloween. They were butterscotch. They were like
Yeah, they're
orange
like a
and-
candy alternative.
because I remember
Yes.
eating them and they were really good, and I was really shocked to see that he was
Dude,
actually
Still
consuming
eating them in
yes.
mid-January.
It had to be early December, Kadog, that you questioned like whether or not these could be eaten. And it was like, I don't know, man.
But
It's
yet
been a
they
couple
remain in your
months.
fridge.
Yeah. Well, and I think Kadog ate one, but decided not to go back for more. And that was
Yeah.
in early December.
I gave it a sample tasting, and I deemed it to be uneditable, so that was
Yeah.
it for
Yeah.
me.
So he's up there chomping those. Okay, good. This Iranian thing, it comes on the heels of last week. I don't think we talked about the detainment of the sailors. Did you see that
Oh,
story?
yeah, yeah.
Two of our boats, depending on who you talk to, they either went off course or intentionally went in over a line, and were detained by the Iranian Navy, and
Yeah.
then
It always sounds weird. The
promptly
Mexican Marines,
Right.
the Iranian
Right.
Navy. It just sounds weird. I'm sorry. No offense.
and then they're promptly videotaped on their knees,
Mhm.
being, looking like prisoners. They throw the one guy on camera and make him apologize.
And that's key. Made him
Yeah.
apologize. He's saying now that
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
that was definitely coached to look happy.
Yeah. But in the meantime, here you go, hundreds of billions of dollars, Iran. It's just, God, man.
Yeah. 150 billion?
I think so.
Yeah.
Did I say million, billion?
No, you said
Yeah.
billion. You said billion.
It's
Yeah.
disgusting. Just the way you have to just toss money around and
Yeah.
yeah, there they are.
Yeah, which is being run on TV there and newspapers there.
Oh yeah, absolute propaganda
Yep.
in the Arab world.
Fuck.
Look at us on our knees with the American flag in the back.
Great.
And we of course thank them, right,
Mm-hmm.
for their handling of that and their gentle handling and the return of those guys real promptly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know if this release, by the way, is good for if the release of these four guys is good for someone like Trump or the Republicans, or if this is like fuck. Because he's been making a lot of noise about the Iranian deal, the nuke
Yeah.
deal, and
not
how-
getting anything in it just being the worst deal ever.
ever.
Yeah.
How you make that deal and not get your guys back. And so I wonder if
No,
deep
he'll
down-
criticize other pieces of it. That's okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
how
it'll be
long
fine.
it took and what
And-
you had to trade to get them. I
Yep,
suppose you can
and
go
it
that
comes on the
route.
heels of this embarrassment, this
Yeah.
international embarrassment. So yeah, no, there's still plenty to criticize.
Yeah.
Sorry, and you can always say this about Obama.
I mean, this guy is such a total pussy. It's stunning.
Speaking of pussies, E, what do you have for us?
He's
what do you
back.
have, E?
I don't know.
Do you stand by your work?
Never, but
Into the mic, you son of a bitch.
I don't know.
So this is Big E
So
helping the folks of Flint with their chants.
The champion for change.
So let me see for 1 second. Let me see the story, E.
I'm a champion. That's crazy, isn't that?
So we're trying to do better than Snyder's got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Water is a human right.
Okay, so E replaces that with
Go ahead, E, you got this.
hey, hey, ho, ho. The sewage water's got to go.
doesn't really deviate much from the original, but
I know, but hey, hey, ho, ho. We want clean water and we want it now.
what do you
Wait.
were you thinking of
I need
this?
an attorney, and I need one now.
I don't know.
Were you inspired by that?
You realize rhyming is kind of critical.
This is what I came up with.
So you got hey, hey, ho, ho. What was the last one? We want clean water now.
We want clean water and we want it now.
Hey, hey,
That's
ho,
not
ho.
bad. I
We've
don't
got
think-
clean water. We want it now.
I don't think that's that bad.
That's horrible.
Okay.
It doesn't
whatever.
rhyme.
I don't care. I tried. So anyway, and then I have hey, hey, ho, ho. This water shit is out of control.
This water shit is out of control.
And then
water shit is out of control.
Hey,
that's not bad.
Ho ho. This water shit is out of control. I would have gone with hey ho ho. This shit water is out of control.
yeah, okay. Well,
This
it's a
shit
work in
water is
progress.
out of control.
There's a work in progress, and I have one more, I guess, which is just hey ho ho. Wins this brown water, or what is it?
I don't know. You wrote it.
You wrote it, ass.
This brown water. Oh, hey ho ho. This brown water's got to go.
Probably not.
I don't know.
I said that one.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Check here.
Well, do it into your megaphone, or you're going to be leading this charge.
Lead your group.
Lead your group. We'll see if you can get the room to follow along. With
Change ambassador. Come on.
I bet that will go real well.
Well, I mean, if they're good, if you sell them, we'll follow along. I might be in the beginning. We might be in, obviously, but whether you keep us or not.
Hey ho ho. This shit's water's got to go. Hey
Ho ho.
This shit water got to go. Do we laugh during too? This shit water's got to go.
Who wrote this?
I can't.
Hey, ho, ho, ho. Wait, do you not want the laugh, or do you want the laugh?
No, I did not. I'm
Oh.
trying not to laugh. But
You don't want the nervous laughter?
I'm trying not to. What about hey ho ho? We want clean water and we want it now.
Hey, ho,
Ho
ho.
ho. We want clean water and we want it now.
No.
Now. Damn it. Dude, I came up with 4 ideas. That's the best I got.
What about the out of control?
Oh, hey ho ho. This shit water is out of control.
Hey ho ho. This shit water's out of control. Hey
Control. I guess you'd say control.
Yeah, we figured that out.
Okay. Hey
ho ho.
This shit water's out of control.
Hey.
Not bad. Not bad.
That's
I mean,
Not feeling it.
yeah.
Honestly,
If you had to pick one, though, the control
yeah.
would be one, although you'd have to probably define it for Bill. We're actually saying control, but we're
Hey.
shortening it to control so it rhymes.
Hey, ho, ho, get us some better water, yo. Hey, ho, ho, get us some better water, yo.
There you go. Better.
5
whatever.
seconds.
5
Boom, off the
seconds.
top of the head. Genius. Put it on a poster.
Sure.
Ambassador for
poster.
change. We have a new committee head.
Fine.
Michael Walters himself is heading the Ambassador for Change committee.
I'll see you out there.
As long as I don't have to go there. I mean, I'd be glad to pen some things and send it along, but
Email it forward.
yeah. Do they have email in Flint?
I don't think Cher's going there. She just sent in a bunch of pallets.
Oh, okay. She sends some water pellets. All right. It's not bad. Well, nicely done, E. Proud of you.
I tried.
I'd give it a C minus.
Well, that's passing.
D, dude.
Well,
Give that a D.
Yeah, the control. I mean, that
D's
sort of
get-
saved it from an F.
D's get degrees, Jay.
Yeah.
That was my philosophy.
After 2 8th grades, eventually they do. Which was your favorite 8th grade?
First.
Why?
First?
I don't know.
No.
Into the
second
mic.
was.
Into the mic. Why? 3 reasons.
Funner classmates.
Funner.
More fun class. I don't know how to explain it. Better classmates I got along with better, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. We had a class trip that was fun. I
Oh, where'd
guess.
you go? E?
Chicago.
Mm.
Oh, nice.
Were
Were you able to buy beer for everybody?
being the same age as everybody. No. I
Is
was
that where
not.
you got the hooker?
No.
That wasn't the time.
Even though I was the same age as everybody at the time, so that would
Hmm.
seem odd.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know why. I just because probably I don't know.
Just because. Okay.
Good answer. Nice job on that. I'll give you C minus. Jay's giving you a D, but whatever.
D plus at least.
Either
No,
way, you
D.
graduate.
I'm gonna fight for a D plus.
Some interesting stuff coming out over the weekend about our friend Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Yeah, this story is going to get interesting, man.
Yeah. So last we reported he was stumbling into the courthouse to plead not guilty,
The
right?
blind man just
I'm an
tripping
old-
over curbs and shit.
I'm an old man.
With his what do you have, like a briefcase, right?
Oh yeah, he had his
Yeah.
briefcase. Yep, he's bringing his
And his
important
duck
documents.
boots. He had his duck boots
That's
on.
right.
Okay.
So
now what?
Well, that was because they decided to charge him for the Andrea Constand thing that happened in 2004. I believe that was settled in a civil suit a year later. And apparently months before prosecutors in Norristown filed the sexual assault case against Cosby, the first one that's ever been filed, Montgomery County's former district attorney sought to persuade his successor to abandon that investigation. So this goes back to, for political gain and political reasons, you've got a prosecutor that's sitting and one that's trying to take his job, and he ran on the handling of the case against Cosby was an outrage. If I was prosecutor, I'll go after him.
Gotcha.
And so whip that whole thing up, and now he wins the seat, and now he's going after Cosby. Well, the other prosecutor's writing him going, dude, I made a deal with Cosby a decade ago that this county would not bring charges against him. So you can't charge Cosby. He said he'd struck a deal 10 years earlier to never criminally prosecute the comedian for this attack on a Temple University employee, which was Constand. He wrote that at the time he hoped his decision would facilitate Constand's efforts to depose Cosby in a civil suit.
So he's saying, hey, the civil litigant can have her day, you know, as long as you agree to be deposed and that, you go do that.
So you won't plead the fifth.
Don't plead the fifth. Give her substantive answers. We won't prosecute you based on what you say in that. We won't use it, and that will afford me, sitting prosecutor, the ability to avoid like this pressure of this big national media thing, bringing charges against the cause. And
he said they didn't really. He felt like Cosby was probably guilty, but he didn't feel like they had enough to win a prosecution. So he says, okay, next best thing would be
let her go forward with a suit. Let the civil jury decide. Which ultimately, like you said, it was settled. So
yeah,
okay.
So she gets her money. Cosby's able to just write a check. Here you go. Take this payment and get out of here. You know, and so that should be the end of it, right?
So a new prosecutor comes in, has a different mindset, and goes forward. Now Cosby's people are going, this is bullshit because we had an agreement. Well, Cosby's people should have gotten a really clear agreement from the prosecutor. It sounds like it was just an email, right?
Yeah.
And from what I understand, I don't do criminal stuff, but I understand there's a process to actually give someone immunity, like steps procedurally that you go through. And so they could have demanded that if that was the deal, you know?
Yeah, that seems like something that a high-priced attorney team, that would be a very closable hole.
You don't leave crap like that, just loose ends. That's enormous. Just, oh yeah, we'll count on this guy who has a finite time in office. We'll count on his email word to us that he won't prosecute. I don't know. That seems really risky. And
I don't understand any lawyer who would do that.
That's the thing, man. Lawyers, that's what you do. You're constantly assessing risk and trying to minimize risk for your client. So when presented with this issue, I can't believe they would agree to that with just a gentleman kind of handshake thing.
Yeah.
Unless they think, all right, we'd be beyond the statute of limitations. We're set. I don't know. But I do remember like a couple months ago, Cosby sacked his legal team, like a couple of guys who I think were with him for a long, long time, right?
Yeah, but I think that guy died. That was his attorney then.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
but you're right. He did fire some guys. But
and this has been like wranglings and a web of shit over the last year. So who knows if it was because of this, but
yeah, maybe,
man. I mean, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
You got
I'd
a guy
say so.
saying, yeah, go ahead and testify in this. Don't worry. You're not going to be this. You know, don't worry about the Fifth Amendment thing. Go ahead and testify. It'll never see a light of day. No problem.
Yeah. Well, the attorneys for Cosby now are saying that guy, Castor, his testimony will be key. Bruce Castor was the prosecutor then. Kevin Steele is the current prosecutor, and he beat Castor in the race. And he says there's no evidence of a legally binding immunity agreement. Steele has previously described such arguments as revisionist history. So an email wouldn't be good enough to lock that up, because that email has been produced. I think we've seen that email now that claims that. I don't know how much you need to tighten that up. Do both sides need to agree and sign shit?
No, I think there's like a process that where you give somebody immunity, and it can't be just simply sending them an email or signing it. It's got to be more than that.
Steele said, we'll be filing a response. We will litigate this in court. Legal experts characterize the role Castor describes for himself in the email, granting a verbal non-prosecution agreement in order to help one side in a civil case, as an unusual one for a prosecutor. A former federal prosecutor in Philly questioned why Cosby's lawyers would send their client to be deposed in a civil suit without a formal immunity deal.
Yeah,
which is what you're talking about. I've just never heard of a verbal side deal like what this guy is describing. Any defense lawyer who would enter into a verbal agreement like this without getting it in writing and signed by the DA would have to have rocks in his head. Cosby's criminal lawyer in 2005, Walter Phillips Jr., died in February. So Castor was resolute, though, in this. Apparently, he sent this email to this prosecutor in September. He said, unless you can make out a case without that deposition and without anything from that deposition led you to, I think Cosby would have an action against the county and maybe even you personally. In his message to Furman, Castor explained his decision not to prosecute. He said, given a lack of credible evidence to back up Constan's assertions, he agreed in conjunction with Cosby's and Constan's lawyers that criminal charges would not be filed.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now, her lawyers are saying, bullshit. She would have never signed anything like that. And, you know, so Dolores Troini is her lawyer, said that Castor never consulted her about any deal protecting Cosby from prosecution, and that even if he had, her client would never have agreed to it. She's suing Castor for defamation now.
Wow.
Yeah.
The web just gets larger.
Be interesting to see where that goes, though. You know,
where does it stand with his wife's deposition? Was that put off for a while? That is on, right? She's gonna make those. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't
Wouldn't
remember.
surprise me.
She hasn't done it yet, has she?
No, I think it was right. It was supposed to be right around the holidays, so that shit gets backed up.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I don't know if are you familiar with Ted Williams, not the baseball player that's got his head cryogenically frozen.
That's when I hear that name, that's what I think. A head sitting in a jar somewhere.
Which I think someone really dropped the ball on. Like they lost power or something and it started to defrost and melt or something.
Dude.
Yeah, there were reports that his head started to melt. So I don't know how that's going. But yeah.
No, another Ted Williams, right? The homeless guy.
Yeah. Did you ever hear about that story? It was
when you showed me the story today, he looks familiar to me.
He looks like Obama a little bit.
Dude, I was gonna say that. Yeah. Obama with a crazy fro out of control.
Look the same?
No, because he looks like
this
he
one
looks
looks
like
just like Obama.
He looks like Obama and Matt Riley.
He does look
He's
like
got some Matt Riley to him. If Matt Riley was homeless,
Yeah, I think I could definitely see that.
he's got a new gig. He's back on the air.
Well,
Yes.
the golden voice.
Yes, the man with the golden voice. Do we have any audio of him?
I think we do.
I'm gonna make sure that y'all gonna get paid.
It's the golden voice, huh?
Yeah. I love that the in the middle of that. I'm gonna make sure y'all gonna get paid.
I'm gonna make sure that y'all gonna get paid.
Paid.
Can you tell he had some work done on those teeth?
Wow, look at that grill, huh?
Look at that grill.
That sort of looks like E's grill. Let's
Wow.
compare. Oh, he's got a better grill than E.
Yeah.
No, his is like perfect.
Yeah.
He looks more natural.
Yeah, his
those,
doesn't even.
that does look. They look like chiclets.
Yeah, those look like fake teeth that someone like put in.
Mm-hmm.
Which they are, kind of.
Yeah.
Implants.
I mean, I don't know what they are, but I know he
Or
got
dentures.
something completely done.
He's
Yeah, look at what he had before. Ooh, yeah, that was rough before. Well,
that's some fresh locks he's got too.
he does look like Obama, man.
I like him with this Today Show
Yeah.
hat on.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, he was battling drug and alcohol abuse and all that shit, and went in the gutter. And then they found him with that sign, and someone recorded him with his pipes. I don't know, Kadog, maybe you can find his original video on the street just to refresh people's memory. But he made a comeback, and that's where he made comments like that. You know.
So where was he before? Was he on some known show or just some little?
Well, he was in
little
Ohio
backwoods?
at some little station, some AM station.
Gotcha.
But he couldn't get out of his own way, and then he was fired, and then he ended up homeless. And then when this video went viral, you know, people were definitely willing to take a run on him for the publicity alone. Is that the video there?
Hey, I'm gonna make you work for your dollar. Say something with that great radio voice.
When you're listening to nothing but the best of oldies, you're listening to Magic 98.9. Thank you.
No way, dude.
And we'll be back with more right after these words.
Wow, I love it.
Great?
Yeah.
And don't forget, tomorrow morning is your chance to win a pair of tickets to see this man live in concert.
See this man.
I just said, well, hey, I can't be an actor. I can't be an on-air personality, but
the voice just became something of a development over years, and I went to school for it. And then alcohol and drugs and a few other things became a part of my life. And I got 2 years clean.
You went to
called me
school
on my
for your
birthday.
voice, right?
He didn't even know how old I was. He telling people I'm 92. I'm not no 92. I'm 90. He lost a good job. He destroyed his family through drugs.
Is that his mom?
Prayed, but I always said, I guess my prayers wasn't strong enough. It never got through.
Look at those
and I
glasses.
went out there, and they're talking about the man with the golden voice. I said, who is that? That's your son. He come from a nice family, and then he went poor. So maybe this will build him up.
More right after these words.
That crazy?
Yes, it's so weird.
It was funny. He ended up going on Dr. Phil, and it like all the experts that deal in recovery and stuff like that were like, dude, this is a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah, giving this guy a golden ticket. Like,
yes, he got to deal with Kraft. I still hear him. I still hear his Kraft macaroni and cheese commercial airing on TV.
That's funny.
And so they give him this deal and put him on the air, and all of a sudden there's TV cameras in his face. He's cleaned up. He's got new teeth. He's on the Today Show. He's on Dr. Phil, and he's got no tools to help like manage life at all. And so he was on there with his kids. He's got a bunch of kids, and his daughter was on there, and she's like, you know, Dad, I feel like, you know, you left us high and dry when we needed you most, and she's sobbing. She's going,
like how old is this kid? Really old?
She's 20 something. You know? And she's going on and on
about like,
and,
like going to her games and stuff.
Yeah,
like
you never went to my games. You didn't help me with my homework, and you know, and I'm just really excited. I hope you take advantage of this opportunity to be the father I never had. And he says with a straight face and tears streaming down his face, I'm gonna get you a Louis Vuitton purse.
Well,
I'm gonna get you a Louis Vuitton purse.
It's like he has his values in order.
And he made that statement.
Let's make sure
I'm gonna make sure
that y'all gonna get paid.
She's going, I just want a dad who's there for me and I can call and count on my birthday. I'm gonna make sure y'all gonna get paid. I'm gonna get you a Louis Vuitton purse.
Whatever happened with his job with the Cavaliers? Do you remember the Cavaliers were going to
Yeah,
the job?
yeah. Was he the announcer for
like a Mason type thing?
I guess. I don't know.
He was working with ESPN, the Cavs, MSNBC, Kraft, and others. In October 2014, he was back living in an apartment with no furniture, didn't have a car, couldn't explain what happened to the $395,000 advance for his 2012 memoir.
Oh, uh-oh.
2 years later, he's got nothing left. He's like, yeah, I could tell people verbatim what really happened to the money, but it's nobody's business.
Yeah.
Probably that company that gave you an advance to write a book.
Oh, Ted.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of hands come flying in, and you know, I mean, how many Louis Vuitton purses can you buy for family members before that money's just gone? You know,
they're not cheap.
He said he's sober and focused on moving forward while living with his daughter and his longtime girlfriend. She's also had drug problems. It's almost like I'm a poster child for redemption. For now, The Golden Voice is the name of his new program, The Golden Voice.
Nobody can do what I do.
It's airing on the 1580 The Praise. It's a Christian radio thing in Ohio. Thepraise.com, 1580thepraise.com if you want to hear him. But his new manager, and this is where I started like, you know, I'm all for him, and everybody loves a good redemption story, and you wish nothing but the best for him. He seems like a really nice guy. I think we talked to him or even had him in studio at one point. But when I read stuff like Williams and his new manager and co-host Scott Anthony hope to get syndication for the morning show, somebody's filling his head with like where this is going. And when I hear manager and co-host, those should be very, very separate jobs. You know, conflicts of interest come into play.
Right.
And so
syndication.
Yeah. He's on
he's got a golden voice.
He does have a golden voice, and people recognize that, which makes it easy to take advantage. You know, he still has money coming in from Kraft. He recently recorded a spot for a Star Wars themed macaroni, and then he's got a new deal with Pepsi too. So I'd keep my eye on that manager / co-host at the Christian radio station. I want to know more about Scott and his role in all this.
Were you at a Christian radio station?
No,
right?
it wasn't.
You did like a church thing in the morning.
Yeah, but it wasn't a
Okay.
Christian radio station. I mean, it was.
Yeah,
just,
when you were like
right.
announcing,
They did Christian programming though.
They did it on Sundays. They did have Christian.
Yeah, you would
programming.
read like the lessons, like Ecclesiasticals.
No, I would not.
49:30.
I didn't read anything. That was one time I messed up an intro. I didn't read lessons or anything. I just played pre-programmed stuff.
Did you have a hymn underneath you? Did you have a nice bed underneath you when you talked over it?
No.
Organ
Hallelujah
music.
or organ music,
Yeah.
something.
No, that would have been, I think, seen as disrespectful, probably.
Really?
No, come on.
I don't think so.
Well,
How did that go again? I don't remember how that went.
I don't remember, dude. Are you serious?
Why? What? You won't talk about it because
No,
you
I
fucked
just
it up? Who
no,
cares?
I don't care about that. I just don't remember. There was words in it that I just had never gone to that kind of church before, so I just didn't know what these words
It was
were.
Ecclesiasticals.
I think
that
it
got 'em.
was.
Yeah.
Sure, whatever you want. I mean, I don't know if I actually
They didn't want to pay for it in the end, did they? They wanted their money back.
They
from
did.
that
They got
day's
their money
program.
back.
for that week's
Because he screwed it up so bad.
weekend. I guess
The
they
church
did.
ladies all called the station,
The
demanded.
people at the old folks' home. Fuck, God, dude, it's like
Wait, say that again. What?
Dude, I literally know. I would like. There was no direct. I already explained this, I think, one time, but there was no direct order necessarily that you had to do these. I guess there was an order that people had gotten used to them, but I would get old people that would call me like, "How come I haven't heard the there was 2 church services that ran live, and then I started at 8 in the morning, and there was between that there was like half-hour program of some couple making a there was a few different various ones, and I did them in different orders sometimes, I guess, or something. And some guy called.
No, they knew at 8:15 was going to be the.
Isn't Perspective supposed to be on? No, and I'm like, no, well, it's going to be on next. Don't.
So would they just send you a 15-minute block of programming, and then when that 15-minute block ended, you're supposed to go to commercial and come back and do a weather read or something?
There wasn't even really commercials. Like, I didn't even really need to have commercials, but I did do weather. But I did do a weather read in it, but that was it. Everything else was just
You did this all,
program.
all in your script's voice.
I would kill to hear this.
I could. Well, I have weather. That I've done, but
Corinthonians.
I will say I tried to. I tried to find at least what it sounded like, the script sounded like, but I couldn't find on the line. They used to post them. Believe it or not, you would do the church services, and then they would post the church services again online in case you wanted to go back
so you could go back and listen to it?
Yes, but I wasn't able to find.
Are they still doing that?
No, they're not posting even the new ones up. I was trying to look for one that
Really?
was just done like last week, so I could at least let you guys hear
An example
what I
of-
was supposed to be reading. Dude, I can't believe people would go back and listen to.
Content is the new currency. Come on, man.
That's true. You're right.
Content.
You're
Get
right.
it out there.
Yep. Drive people to the site.
Yeah.
They're missing an opportunity here.
We used to put up the high school games. We would do them, which okay, whatever. And then I would have to go in and
Yeah, there's
put
probably
them.
6 people listening, and then like maybe one kid goes back to hear himself hit the 3.
Yeah.
You know?
which you could see if we were in high school or something, I could see doing that. I mean,
Well, a small town, I guess, but like it's like they you have to put them in the first half and the second half of like and describe. Oh, and so and so had a big game today or something. Oh,
Sports announcing.
I remember. Well, I didn't say it; it was just worded. But anyone's ever worked at places like this would, if you've done something like this, would know. But I had one time where like the game was going to be on the varsity game. But the JV game happens, sometimes on Tuesdays. It would happen before the varsity game or whatever. So it was going into overtime. So we still had regular, whatever was supposed to be on. It was just on. It was just syndicated national crap. And some guy calls up and goes, Isn't West Highland supposed to be playing so-and-so right now? And I'm like, yeah.
JV went into OT.
JV's in over. Well, you should be having updates. I'm like, dude, okay. So like for the 30 seconds one person's listening, I maybe say, break into, fucking
a national program,
a syndicated national program, just to say, oh, what, for those of you guys wanting to watch West Highland versus, I don't remember the names of the schools up there, but I was like, dude, it's on. JV's in overtime. It'll be on soon enough. He's like, well, there should be an announcement.
Mess. Was there one more drop that you pulled from Ted Williams?
The golden voice.
Yeah, and I think this is. Try and put yourself in these shoes, Jay. You haven't. Is it the mommy one?
Yeah.
Where you haven't seen your mom in a little bit, and my mom or your mom walks onto the set, and your reaction to seeing her is this.
Okay.
Hi, mommy. Hi, mommy. Hi, mommy. Hi, mommy. Hi, mommy. Hi, mommy.
And mommy's just going, "Don't screw it up again."
Yeah, totally. That's what
she. There was no like, "Oh, son, I'm so glad to see you again." She's like, "Don't fuck up this opportunity."
Wow.
Yeah.
That dude's got some issues.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm gonna make sure y'all gonna get paid.
Make sure that y'all gonna get paid.
I still do like that. Like that whole him saying that. I've thought about that several times randomly. I'll remember that.
What?
Him just saying that, like, I'm gonna make sure that y'all gonna get
paid.
Like, what is it even?
I'm gonna get you a Louis Vuitton purse. Imagine saying that to Sweet Pie as she's begging for you to be there for her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you a
Dad,
Louis
I just
Vuitton
wanted you to
purse.
did not you to miss another recital. I'll buy you a purse.
I'll solve it.
Let's take a very quick timeout. Come back. I got to tell you about this Baby Fight Club, which I think you'll find interesting, and lots of other things. We'll do that all next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey, it's Steve Gabarro, your favorite general manager at Zott Ford and Holly. During the winter, it seems people are always looking for ways to stay warm. So check out this sizzling opportunity. Right now is when we start stocking our pre-owned lot for the Super Spring sales. So we need to pay you too much for the vehicle you're driving right now. Starting today and lasting until our pre-owned lot is full, we will pay you $1,000 over market value for all TDC trade-ins. I don't know if the extra grand for your trade will actually keep you warm, but I'm guessing you can figure out a way to spend it that will. Hurry down to I-75 and exit 98 to get your extra G'zer for your trade-in, or peep our fascinating deals and massive inventory at ZottFord.com.
Hey, it's me, one of the football gods. I could make your team's season or break it. And there's no better place to catch me in action than Twin Peaks. That place is football heaven, and I should know. I'm a god. At Twin Peaks, you won't find the standard menu of frozen foods that go out of a bag and into a fryer. You'll find the best kitchen in sports that's making everything from scratch, right down to their ranch. My thoughts exactly. So spend this season at Twin Peaks. I command it.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
All right, welcome back to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. And this weekend, I don't know if you noticed, Jay, but I put an invite out for our Twin Peaks gathering.
Yeah.
The meet and greet. I hope a lot of people come out to that.
January 30th.
It'll be fun to tie one on with some of our fine.
It would be our pleasure.
Crude, obnoxious fan base.
Crazy ass.
They tip well, though. I remember the guys at Dick Tyler saying that. So if people at Twin Peaks are worried about the clientele that we'll bring, apparently they tipped really well at Dick Tyler's Tavern when we brought them to Ann Arbor. So
yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, January 30th.
Yeah, definitely put it on your calendars, people. Get out.
Yeah, come on out and hang with us. We'll all be there. I'll be there. Jay will be there. E will be there. Kadog will be there. I think McCard's going to make an appearance.
Well,
yep.
McCard. Hopefully we'll have some merch. Have some merch, hopefully.
Yeah. Is Gay coming?
I believe so.
I believe Beth is coming as well.
Wow.
Not currently, but that evening.
You never know.
We'll see if we can't tie one on to the level where we start having anal discussions with people.
I'm sure.
I mean, that's
like
the
I
goal,
said,
right?
It's remarkable to me.
Yeah.
And I don't run in that crazy a crowd. I'll just anal come up.
So it's probably
Just
then a
bubbles
given
to the surface.
with knowing some of the people that post on our Facebook pages and fan pages. I think it's it's just a given. I mean, even before drinks come, discussions will flip to anal. So,
I reckon.
Madison Heights, Twin Peaks. We'll see you out there on the 30th. We're looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. This portion of the Detroit Cast is brought to you by Twin Peaks. Why spend time sitting in traffic going to the game when you could spend the afternoon watching the game in the ultimate sports lodge, Twin Peaks? At Twin Peaks, you won't find the standard menu of frozen foods that go out of a bag and into a fryer. You'll find the best kitchen in sports that's making everything from scratch right down to their ranch. Catch every big game at your local Twin Peaks. Good food, cold beer, big screens.
I imagine Twin Peaks was actually hopping this weekend with the NFL postseason in full swing. Do we have a final on the Pittsburgh game, or is that still going?
No, it's over. Denver did win.
Denver did win.
And not to mention Pistons playing the
Golden State,
defending champions on
Kicking
Saturday
their
and
ass.
dominating.
And retiring Big Ben's jersey.
Right.
Looked weird without the fro, I got to be honest. Had the shaved head going.
Yeah.
Looked good, though.
Yeah.
Sounded good, too.
No, that was like, I don't know if anyone, you probably didn't, I guess, because you're at the surprise party, but I ended up watching most of that game. Man,
Yeah, I was surprised
that
to read
was,
about that. It sounds like they just ran away with it, like 20 points or something.
Yeah, and it was honestly, they were right from the beginning. They just took off that night. I don't know if there was some adrenaline from the championship team being there. I'm sure on some level
they were
there
all
might have
sitting
been.
there, right? Most of the starters.
Yeah,
Sheed and
Sheed
Rip
looked
and
really good.
Billups.
I thought, by the way, I thought that was cool that Sheed was there and spoke. That I don't know why. I just for some reason out of that team, if there was someone I thought might not have been there, it would have been Sheed, and he was there. I don't know.
Cool,
good stuff. But yeah, Denver won, so it's all. So hey, by the way, isn't the Super Bowl in Arizona this year?
No, San Francisco
or
or Santa Clara.
Shit. So is it next year that it's in?
Seems like it's in Arizona every other year to me.
I only thought.
Yeah, it's been in Arizona plenty of times.
I only thought that because Arizona obviously won, and I just thought for some reason I thought it was in Arizona this year. You know what? The national championship game was in Arizona. Maybe that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Glad we cleared that up.
Well, no, I just thought I thought you always talk about that idea of the home team getting a Super Bowl if that will ever happen.
But it's has nothing to do with that. So
sort of did one year. Was it the 89 Super Bowl, 49ers and Dolphins?
I'm sure it's happened. It used to be in Miami all the time, right?
Yeah, but that one was in Stanford Stadium, which is very close to San Francisco, and the Niners played in that one and kicked the shit out of the Dolphins.
I wonder if you could Google that and find out if it's ever happened, whether a
probably not
Super Bowl team ever had a home field.
I don't think they answer that in Google.
Yeah. I think Google has that category. He's pissed. He's pissed. You know what?
I'm
gonna punch you in the
I'm not
fuck.
pissed, dude.
I'm gonna make you my bitch's bitch. You're gonna be my grand bitch.
You know, I like Will Ferrell. I don't think those are as funny as you guys think. I don't know why. They don't make me laugh as much.
I'm about to tear you a new ass and sew up your old ass.
It's usually because we hit them when you're really pissed.
That's not why.
Yeah,
it's nothing to do with it. Actually, I haven't liked them since the beginning.
While
Except
I'm
gonna punch you in the fuck. I like that one. I guess I don't know why, but
I'm gonna punch you in the fuck. I'm gonna make you my bitch's bitch. You're gonna be my grand bitch.
I guess because I don't understand what punching someone in the fuck is.
Right, that's the
That's
point.
kind of the funny part about it.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
why I like that one. But take the lead the other ones.
While we were in break, Kadog announced that he took the initiative and worked on his own chants.
Without being asked, he did something like he just picked up on it. He said, "Wow, these guys are looking for chants. I've got a second here.
Yep.
I'm gonna put pen to paper." Is that what he did?
I think he was definitely, saying without saying, like, E's chants were such an utter disappointment and failure. I can't let this die without at least giving it a shot.
Yeah, and I wanted to do it while I was performing my normal duties, just to show how multitasking truly works.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
So
He
the
looks
record's
pissed.
clear.
He's
He
pissed.
didn't do this on the
Not
break.
pissed. I
He did
don't
not do
care.
this on the break. He did this during the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice a blip
No.
while we're doing.
Nary a blip.
Yeah, things were smooth.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Should we check out his work, E? What do you think?
I'm sure it's better than mine.
Why would you say that?
Because I don't think
you haven't
mine
even heard his yet.
Mine weren't that good. I mean, whatever. I'm not a rhyming person.
All right, we'll start with the low-hanging fruit.
Governor Schneider can suck my dick. His tainted water is making me sick.
That's brilliant, Kadog.
That's not bad. Okay, you went away from hey hey ho ho.
Yeah.
I like that. I like going away
Groundbreaking.
from hey.
And
hey,
it
ho.
is a little exclusionary because not everybody is going to have dicks. So,
Yeah, only men can do that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
although I think it's a little more insulting if a bunch of women were singing it. It might
Ooh.
actually be kind of cool.
Yeah, when a chick goes, "Suck my dick," that does kind of.
Yeah. It always weirds me out when they say that.
Yeah.
Suck my dick, especially when they grab.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, like
Okay.
real low on the leg by the kneecap, even.
suck my dick. So say that one again.
All right.
Governor Schneider can suck my dick. His tainted water is making me sick.
Just to be clear, it's Snyder.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Schneider.
Ah,
Can we do it again? One more time.
Governor Snyder can suck my dick. His tainted water is making me sick.
Like it.
Yeah. All right.
You got another one?
Yeah, okay, the leads, an attack. See the white man trying to kill a black. The leads, an attack. See the white man trying to kill a black.
Well,
The leads. Wait.
the lead is an attack.
Wow.
See the white man. trying to-
LEAD.
Yeah, it's a lead.
Yeah,
Lead.
lead.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice, Kadog.
Yep.
All right, number 3. The greedy Schneider just wants to get paid, but I can't put this water in my Kool-Aid.
Sort of racist, but I like where
It's
you're
a
going with
little
that.
long.
No, not racist. That's economical profiling there.
Okay. All right.
I'm making
Kool-Aid.
fun of poor people, not people of a particular race.
I think it's pretty well established. The whole Kool-Aid, get your purple drink on, is an African American
You didn't
community
say purple
thing.
drink. I drank Kool-Aid when I was a kid.
As did I. I believe those opinions are yours and yours alone.
I don't know.
It wasn't the racial aspect of that one. I felt like it was a bit forced. That
It-
third one.
And it
lengthy.
is wordy. Okay. So I finished with this.
Flint's water killed my kids is a better excuse than blaming SIDS.
Then blaming
What?
SIDS.
SIDS, yeah.
Well,
He went with a syndrome. I like that. Sudden infant death. Sure. What was the first part of that line?
Flint's water killed my kids is a better excuse than going with SIDS.
yeah, I'm gonna go on record. I don't like that one.
Yeah.
I felt like you forced the third and you really went off the trails or off the rails on the fourth. I like the first two though. I think they're workable.
Yeah, I think the whole Governor Snyder's can suck my dick. His tainted water's making me sick. I think that's got a rhythm to it. It's not too wordy where you're trying to.
All
like
the
if you're-
syllables match.
Yeah, you're trying to get a group of people on the same page, and I think you could take a few dry runs. You wouldn't want to go out to the streets initially with that chant, but I think you could. I think you could make
That would get
work.
on the news.
That's true. You would make the news. You would make the press for sure if you were telling Governor Snyder to suck your dick. At least the internet press would be all over it. Nice work, Kadog. Nicely done. We want to go to Flint and try that stuff out? Maybe you could take E up there, and
I think we should just send E alone.
I'm not doing that. Sucking my dick shit.
Not
you
gonna.
might make some fans there with that. I mean, they all feel that way. They just don't have the balls to say
Actually,
it.
yeah, you're right. That wouldn't really get me in trouble. I wouldn't do the ones with the Kool-Aid or something, I suppose, then.
Yeah.
You're right. The sucking my dick one would be working, I guess.
This segment's brought to you by Mayer and Company Accountants. What a great time for an accountant, right? Kyle Mayer is an experienced accountant that wants to help you with your personal year-end tax returns or your company's bookkeeping and tax-related needs. So whether you're like Big E, who at best needs to file a 1040 EZ, or like the King dealing with multiple business ventures and capital gains, or like Walters, who just wants someone else to handle all his shit, Mayer and Company can help. Call Kyle Mayer at 248-521-0016. Tell him that you also listen to DetroitCast. You'll get 10% off your year-end tax preparation fee.
Former daycare teacher from Virginia has been found guilty on more than a dozen criminal charges, Jay.
Oh, no.
For turning her classroom, dubbed the Monkey Room, into what a prosecutor described as a baby fight club.
It was, just a matter of time before this happened.
We've seen, yeah, you're right. We've seen
the whole recording kids fighting. Oh, look, those two are in an argument. I'm going to record it and put it on Instagram or something.
Which, if they're not your kid,
it's kind of funny.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
I could see doing that.
Yeah.
If I don't know the kid at all. I mean, if it was like your kids at an early age, I might chuckle behind their back, but I don't know that it'd be appropriate to get a camera out. But if I didn't know the kids, if that behavior was taking place in a mall, I'm filming.
Probably.
Sorry, I might even periscope it.
Yeah, but if you're in charge of them and in charge of breaking that up, do you film it? That's probably where the moral dilemma comes in.
We know
problem.
Well, we know how I would respond because I was at a daycare. People actually had me in charge of their children.
It's funny, man. You've watched little kids and old people.
Yeah. They were awesome. I'll take old people over little kids. But
until
the kids,
they shit themselves.
Yeah, I wasn't on ass wiping duty, though. I didn't have to wipe any asses. But, because there was a few of us there, and there was a chick there, too. Like, her mom ran the thing. And so
she wiped all the asses.
She wiped asses and
That's helpful.
cleaned up vagines and buttholes and stuff. Like, that was her role in this. And mine was kind of just like play with them role.
Sure.
And it would have been so easy to like trip a kid, just a little flick to the back of the head and send them into another kid. The crying starts and then it's boom, it's on, right?
Yeah.
It'd be easy to do. I never did.
Okay.
This chick too did. Her name is Sarah Jordan, 31 years old. Oh, is that her? Well,
When's that pigment trial gonna start?
that is a pigment nose, but those eyes look at those eyes.
No,
it's a beautiful shade of blue. Look at that. You got to admit, back me up on this. That's a beautiful shade of blue. Take away the horrid features on the rest of her, and they are horrid.
I don't even care. I don't
Very
look at people's
pig-like.
eyes. So
those are some sad blue eyes. I don't like seeing sad blue eyes like that, but that's a beautiful shade of blue.
Sad because she got caught.
Yep.
Running a fight club.
13 felony and misdemeanor counts, including child cruelty and assault and battery. More than 20 counts were dismissed by a judge. That's good news, I suppose, for her, because prosecutors failed to prove that the assaults had occurred within the statute of limitations. Jordan was the lead teacher in a mini Land Academy classroom of 1-year-old children. 1 year old.
So they're barely like walking,
Yeah.
Isn't Marshall like one? Picture Marshall.
Yeah, and maybe that's where she gets the nerve to do this. Is who are you going to tell?
Yeah.
You're one. You can barely say mama and dada.
That's how a lot of that abuse happens. They know they can't be told on unless there's a camera.
Yeah. Witnesses testified that Jordan intentionally tripped toddlers, stepped on their toes,
evil bitch,
encouraged them to fight each other, and sprayed them in the face with a hose, full blast.
Is this like a cat gets up on the counter, so you spray it with a water
Yeah.
bottle? Well, most people do, not you, Mike. But most people would take action like that.
For the record, I did.
Are you
going to
defend your cat training ability, Mike?
I took a spray gun to Monster when she was younger, like full on, and it was a no bullshit spray gun.
You were
and
consistent with it,
and she just fought it off, just like wouldn't move, didn't care.
It's where you whack her off of there.
I've done that. I'm not going to whack her off, but I did shoot her point blank, and it was like, this is pointless. She didn't care. She wasn't going to move. She was standing her ground. So
then we have two cats walking around on the kitchen counter.
Well, it evolved from there because I couldn't put their food on the ground anymore because Izzy would come over and eat their food when it was on the ground. So I had to get it up.
Okay.
So you see the problem there, right? I don't expect you to understand. Anyway, so she's blasting these kids full hose pressure in the face on a 1-year-old.
Just for the record, the cat food is on the counter.
Yeah. I don't go near that, though. That part of the counter is theirs.
God!
The teacher testified Wednesday in her own defense. She said she occasionally used the hose to sprinkle kids with water, but never tried to hurt him.
What a
inclined to
monster.
believe her.
Occasionally.
Inclined to believe. No, she's a liar.
Maybe she was playing baptize, and she was just sprinkling the kids' heads with water. What's wrong with that? Teaching some religious lessons. She suggested that the accusation stemmed from workplace disputes with her coworkers. So people are full of shit because they don't like her.
Just framing her. Yeah. Just want to get her in trouble.
How many people have I ever? All the jobs. If you work jobs like this, how many people I've ran across that when they get in trouble, that's what it always is. Oh, these coworkers just don't like me, and so that's why I got.
It's like, yeah, no, it's true. We don't like you, but
Right.
we're not framing you.
So the prosecutor said that three coworkers testified that they witnessed Jordan abusing the toddlers in her class. They had no bias against Jordan, and one of them even considered her a friend. Parents recounted in court how their kids suddenly became fearful of water and started acting out by stepping on their toes and hitting them. One father said that his daughter completely stopped talking when she was in Jordan's class. She would stomp her mom's feet, and then she would run in, slap us for no reason, and then start
God.
giggling.
Dude.
Well, maybe you just have a shitty kid. You can't blame Jordan for all that. I mean, another dad, Blake Buckner, said that Jordan designated her son as the class bully and made him fight other kids. Another teacher, 26-year-old Kira Spriggs, is facing similar charges. She's set to go on trial next month. Allegations of cruelty first came to light against Jordan and Spriggs when the Virginia Department of Social Services claimed that the two daycare teachers were physically and emotionally abusing kids for their amusement. The report detailed how she would encourage toddlers to fight, bite one another, how they would dunk kids fearful of water into pools, and feed them flaming hot Cheetos. That's kind of funny.
It's like giving a little kid a lemon. Dude, these two women, man, they have distinctly different hues, don't they?
Boy,
look
they
at these
do.
two.
One is
strange, odd hues.
Yeah.
One is yellow, and the other one is very, very pink.
But yeah, but it goes to her whole pigment nature.
Yeah.
You know, you see pink pigs all the time. It's
Yep.
very
She
common.
looks slick, doesn't she? Like she's been like greased, a greased pig.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a little slick. Whereas this other lady looks like something out of Avatar or something.
She looks ashy or dusted over or something, like someone buffed her out. I don't know. It's maybe it's the contrast of seeing them next to each other that makes it so difficult to.
Man, they.
I mean, she's
extreme, pretty extreme.
She's very, very shiny on the pink pig, and this one's very not shiny.
Yeah, more of a flat paint if she were being painted.
Her complexion's very, very nice throughout, though.
Very consistent.
It's very, very consistent. This one's got some. The pig one has some blotchiness and some
Yeah.
shininess in odd
Ugh.
spots.
I think I see a keratosis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see another keratosi.
There's something going on here and
blemish,
here,
yeah.
blemishes. And this one, it's just like uniform. Bang.
By the way, when do you stop getting zits, man? I'm like 42 years old. I get zits.
Do you?
Yeah, every now and then you get like one, like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, I get that too. Just some weird random one. You're like, dude, yeah. I don't know what that's probably stress.
I should have asked Russell's doctor when I was there the other day. So
Dermatologist?
not only can you look at my liver spot here, because I'm worried about the prominence, but can you tell me when I stop getting zits? You get zits? You're like 38.
I don't think
No,
so.
not just a random zit.
I think I've gotten what's called, what do you call those white what are you like
Zit?
whiteheads or something?
Yeah, I'd call that a zit.
Is that what I didn't know those
pimple?
were I didn't know those were the same thing. Yeah, then I guess I have
By
gotten
the way,
a few.
have you been seeing more and more of these people posting like these blackhead popping
Yes. Stop
things?
it.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
like become chronic where these blackhead, like there's this tool that these doctors or whoever are doing it, they have that, like they push around it and this stuff comes flying out of this blackhead.
Yeah, I don't watch those.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I never watch them, but you're right. I do see them posted a lot. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You know, it almost like we talked about the bot fly many months ago. The
Was
bot
that
fly
in the
larva,
head?
yes.
Yeah.
Lays its eggs in there, and then the larva it becomes like a big bump, and the person's
Yeah.
like, what the hell? And then they bore in there and they pull it out with if you ever want to see something nasty in terms of like removal from a body, bot fly, dude.
Yeah. No, I don't want to see that. Thank you, though.
Woo!
The Powerball, we got our winner.
Oh, what are you?
Could all get it off the screen, goddammit.
Whitehead cyst and blackhead popping.
Yeah, I don't want to see any
What
of that
makes
shit.
an awesome video? Yeah, apparently there's like this one doctor who's become a YouTube sensation. Is this her, Kadog? She's kind of a hot Asian chick.
I'm not sure. This is just the first thing that came up.
Okay. Yeah, no, there's like a whole industry now. Oh,
I'm not going to watch it. Shut it off, Kadog. I'm demanding it. God damn it. Get pig face off the screen. So the Powerball winner came out. I don't think we talked about that. I think where we left it off last.
Three groups had won, or there were 3 winning tickets, I think.
Yeah, one in Chino Hills in California, one in Tennessee, and one in Florida. And the first winner came forward like the next day and went on the Today Show.
From Tennessee, right?
Yeah. I just don't understand it. John and Lisa Robinson of Munford, Tennessee are officially they've announced they're officially the one of the winners of the $1.6 billion drawing to publicly. They're the first ones to come out and public ID themselves, appearing on the Today Show. They flew back to Tennessee where they met with lottery officials to verify the ticket. They brought their daughter Tiffany and their dog with them.
Media whores. Why would you ever do that?
Yeah. They decided to take the lump sum of $327.8 million.
Good move.
The first thing they plan to do is pay off their mortgage on their home that was $150,000 and their daughter's student loans. They also plan to keep working.
Shut up. Shut up.
And will be at their respective offices Monday morning.
You suck, both of yous.
When a reporter asked them, why do you plan to keep working? They responded, why not? That's all we've done our whole lives.
Okay.
Well, now you can travel and see France, you idiot. Or
wow. Wow.
Or go, I mean,
that's selfish.
They didn't deserve to win. They'd have been happy just working the rest of their lives.
Why did you play?
Yeah.
Why would you play if that's your attitude?
That's bullshit. They're just trying to look high, uppity.
I want to know what their jobs are.
Well, I'll tell you. They decided to ID themselves on live TV before cashing in their ticket on the advice of their lawyer, Joe Townsend. I think the American public wants to hear from them. And even though they want to be private after this is over, they want to let the public know that they're the winners.
What?
So do they want to be private or do they want to let the world know that they're winners? This is Mr. Robinson said he was coming home from work Wednesday night when he got a call from his wife. His bitch wife calls him up and she's like, stop and get us Powerball tickets. He's like, oh,
okay.
Fine, yes, dear.
I don't even know why I don't want the money. I just want to keep showing up to work every day.
So he was like, yeah, I didn't feel like stopping at all. I was tired. I wasn't feeling well. Nevertheless, he stops at this grocery store, bought 4 tickets representing each member of the family just 2 hours before the cutoff. And then he gets home and he's like, here, he throws them at his wife and he's like, I'm going to bed. So he goes to bed and she's watching it and keeps rewatching it like, oh my God, did we just win the Powerball? And so she watches it like 3 times and she goes and wakes his ass up and he's like, I don't believe shit until they post it in the morning. So he went back to bed. Was like, wake me up tomorrow morning when they.
How could believe it until they post?
This
Who
is
this guy, man?
He wanted it to be on the news that a winning ticket was sold in Mumford, Tennessee. And he said once he knew that.
Moron. Just go online then. If you.
Wow.
I'll believe it when the news comes on in the morning and they say there's a winner down in Munford.
Remember when we said, like, who are these? This is on or off here. I don't know. But who are these people that are actually. Who's waiting for the news? And they're like, Wings win last night?
Right.
Or what?
No, there they are.
This guy's it.
Yeah.
Apparently without internet access.
They tried to fool their daughter, too, who doesn't live with them. And so he tries to trick her, saying, I need you to bring me some medicine. And she's like, yeah, okay. And so she just sent some like errand boy over there, like, you bring him medicine. I don't want to see him.
Yeah.
And so his thing back, he wanted to surprise her, like, hey, we won the lottery. And she's like, she never showed up. And so he had to call and go, hey, we won the lottery. And she wants a horse. What's wrong with this family?
Equine?
Do they not understand how much money hundreds of millions of dollars is? Is that the disconnect? So you were asking.
You didn't just win like $5,000. I mean,
I think they've been over counseled on this. They've probably been told, now look, you
want to be gracious.
You want to be, very careful with this money. And there's plenty of stories out there where people blow through it and you don't want to be those people. And so they're
Does he realize
being too cautious.
You're going to show up to work with that kind of, as if every person at your job isn't going to just be wanting money or just, I don't know, just
exactly
everything.
Right.
All the hassle you're going to get going to your, because what do you I'll give you somebody does.
I could see somebody like a really upstanding person going, I'm going to give them 2 weeks. You know, I'm going to give them that so they can replace me. But come on, you are full of shit. If you really, you're going to keep working your regular
what
job.
job does he do that he?
Well, let's see here. He works as an engineer for a Target distribution center and recently had to spend a month away from his wife, which another friend, Linda, said the couple found the separation very difficult. I know she found it particularly hard and they have had problems. Ooh.
Well,
trouble in paradise, huh?
Who bought the ticket?
Nice.
Who bought the ticket?
Nice. Your shit friend goes on the media and goes, "Oh yeah, they were separated for months, but they've had some problems."
I know.
Come on, man. It's a marriage. Of course, every day's not perfect, but you don't need to go in the press and the one comment you make. Well, they've had some problems.
If you look at her,
yeah. You think either one of them is going to trade up?
Wow.
I mean, with the funds they have now, right?
Or at least some sort of body imaging situation.
Some work done.
Mrs. Robinson has worked at the Memphis Dermatology Clinic in Memphis for 18 years in the medical records department.
Come on! She's going to sit there and
She'll be
go
there Monday morning.
filing fucking bullshit medical records.
Cannot let those build up. That's a pain in the ass to try to get through those. You let a month go. Oh, guess what? You're working off that pile on the corner of your desk for the rest of the year.
And think about what that job environment would be. Like there's a chain of command at an office anywhere.
You're going to listen to your boss when you know
he comes down and he's been a dick forever, and he comes down and goes, "File these. They go in the H's, not the M's." And you wouldn't just go, "Yeah, go fuck yourself, dude. I don't need the $400 paycheck at the end of the week."
At some point, you'd have to, right?
Right. Like
why am I spending my time here? I could be doing X, Y, and Z. You could be traveling the world, as he says. I could be doing any number of things, anything other than working.
Yeah.
And especially with I don't know. There's a few jobs like people have said that some people, I wouldn't want to stop doing. We talked about it a few times. I wouldn't want to stop doing this necessarily because I enjoy doing this.
Yep.
But filing for a dermatology, like whatever.
No, there's no doubt about it that because I was thinking about that earlier, like, well, would you really go to your job and you would have to have one of those jobs. And that's very rare that people love what they do. Most people hate what they do. They go to work because they have a family to support. And it's like, I get through this and I'm able to bring my check home and keep this train rolling. But if that was gone, how many of you out there doing your job 9 to 5, filing papers at a dermatology clinic? Really?
Being an engineer at a distribution center?
Like, what does that even entail, I wonder?
Doesn't sound fun to me.
No, it doesn't.
Traveling the world sounds better than that.
Right.
Unless he's thinking, well, we know there's trouble in paradise already with this couple.
They need separation. That's okay. Go your separate ways.
Yeah, you take your 150, I'll take my 150. I'll be dating bitches in no time, trust me.
Mm-hmm.
And she's, she'll have more trouble finding an Adonis, but with that kind of loot, she could probably do that. He could go and find like a 10 in no time.
Oh yeah.
With that money now.
Yeah.
Just like Danny DeVito can.
Right.
So yeah, she said she's going to be at work on Monday. We're very pleased for her and her husband. That's selfish. It's selfish. There's going to be jealousy issues in the office now. Plus, maybe there's some young upstart who's desperate to get a job, and you're keeping her from having that job.
That would be highly annoying to have their asses in the workplace,
You
wouldn't it?
want them there.
Be like, get out of here, asshole.
You'd almost have to fire her if she's demanding to be there because you know that even if you do love that job, I love just sitting down and filing papers all day for this asshole. 99% of the people there would be thinking you're an idiot for that move and would resent you for it.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of resentment, a lot of conflict. We'll see where this goes. I predict they go 3 weeks and they're done.
Yeah.
I'll be at work on. God damn it!
Yeah.
Work on Monday.
And you're not staying in your $150,000 home either.
Oh, they said that too?
Yes.
Shut up.
They're going to pay off their $150,000 home.
What else are they going to do?
Then why do they even want it? Dude, everyone, good. We all know, like with houses, you can't go out and buy some $10 million house because the upkeep. But dude, sell this thing and you can get a $500,000 house. I don't know.
You could get your $10 million house.
Well,
you've got hundreds of millions of dollars. You can afford a $10 million house. Not that everybody needs to do that, but I think it's, I think you move up and you get into something gated. You're a target. You're an instant target when you have that kind of money. You just are.
That's the other thing. You're same thing like at work. Like you said, you're right. Same thing at work. You're going to sit there with your neighbors. who you've had arguments with or this or that with, and now all of a sudden they know that you have hundreds of millions. Yeah, right.
I didn't think it was possible to be this clueless as to how this is going to work. They are going to be inundated with 10,000 phone calls before they get home. I'm not even kidding. There are going to be 10,000 people from all over America that are going to come knocking on their door for handouts from everything you can imagine. Everybody's cause, everybody that desperately wants to fix something that's wrong in their life, they're going to be fielding those calls.
They do seem awfully ignorant to the process.
Yeah. So does their lawyer. There was a nurse too. The story was big on Friday or Saturday. But a lot of people were doing this, and I think people sent it to us. Hey, I think I won the lottery, and they were posting pictures of their Powerball tickets, and they would like crudely scratch off the losing number and just like pencil in the winning numbers. Be like, I won. Well, some dude did that to his mom and was like, hey, we won the lottery, and sent this picture. She didn't bother to look at the picture, sees that we won the lottery, and announces to her staff, the nurses that work with her, that we won the lottery. And then the party's on. Next thing you know, the media's outside the office.
So whereas my man in Tennessee needed to see himself on the news the next day to believe it, she just believed a text she gets from her son.
Yes.
We won the lotto.
Like
that's all she needs.
As if he would just send a picture text. He wouldn't call you or...
And she blames herself for jumping to conclusions.
Well, yes, I'm pretty sure that's the only person you can blame.
Our brother, the one brother, so there's two brothers, and they thought this would be funny. The one brother thought this would be hilarious to send a mom. And so, yeah, our brother thought it would be funny to prank us all with a photo of the, quote, winning ticket. My mom thought it was real. He later texted saying it was a joke. Unfortunately, my mom never checked her phone until later that night. The nurse told coworkers that the ticket was a fake. But news of her winning had already reached several media outlets. People we don't know calling and texting asking for money. It's
Look
crazy.
at them, dude. Look at her. Hands over her mouth. Like, oh my God. And everybody happy for her.
Everyone except this bitch here is like, get the fuck out of here. No one cares. Look at all these people think they just became instant millionaires.
Oh my God.
Of course, Deborah's going to remember us.
People texting her just all of a sudden, just, hey, can I get some money?
The guy, yes. Inundated. She couldn't even return her kid's call because she was inundated with so many phone calls of people wanting money immediately. So yeah, she said it was crazy. Her boss hopped in thinking he can get some fame from it, claiming he bought the winning ticket. So this asshole is going in front of the cameras. Yes, it was me. I swung by and I bought all the winning tickets. I bought the winning ticket for her.
Wait a minute, what?
Because I think the boss at this place, like the owner of this, whatever doctor's office or whatever, was like, hey, I'm going to spring for 400 tickets. I'm going to buy them for all the nurses, all the people that work here. He bought like 200 tickets. And so when this fake text came in, he was like, well, yes, it was I, the hero, that went and bought all these tickets for them. And I'm just happy for her win. Now that owner, and his name is Shlomo. Shlomo. Yeah, Shlomo Recknitz is offering this nurse a free vacation anywhere, all expenses paid, if it was really a hoax, which it was. She didn't win shit. Is that Shlomo?
Nice.
That's Shlomo.
There's Shlomo with Elton John.
Sort of a thick neck.
Yeah.
Not sure he's going to sleep well with that neck.
A thick neck? I don't even know. I don't even see a neck.
Where do you see a neck?
That's the jowl into the neck, right? I mean, wouldn't you kind of call that a neck?
That is the biggest second chin I've ever seen. Like,
it's way bigger than the first.
Yeah, that's one where you're like, is that his face or his neck or
his head looks like a gumdrop.
What would that look like if it didn't have beard? Oh boy.
Be a lot of real estate, a lot of open real estate. So he's changing the subject.
Yeah.
That son of a bitch.
Oh my God. If he
Look at Elton. Elton was bald as shit 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and now he's just got this
lovely locks
stapled to his head. Good for him.
Look at that neck. If he didn't have a beard, oh my God.
Shlomo here is going to buy her a vacation somewhere. I don't know why. She was so gullible. She doesn't deserve a vacation.
Yeah, if anything, she should get a punishment for being an idiot.
Maybe he's just joking. He's going to go, Hey, Happy New Year from Zott Ford, Metro Detroit's leading lease pull-ahead authority. They specialize in getting you out of your current lease up to 12 months early, regardless what you're driving now or how many miles you have on it. So dump your overpriced, over-mileage lease and let Zott Ford make your wildest dreams for 2016 come true. Check out their astonishing deals and massive inventory at zotford.com.
How we doing on email?
We do have some email, Mike. It's
What do we
funny you
got?
should mention that. Before we do that, Amazon link, everybody, please use it. It's there at DetroitCast.com. It's a great way to donate to the show, as is the donate button on our website. So either way would be awesome. If you like the show, you like your free's worth, and you can find it in your heart to send a little bit our way, please do that. Brett writes in, Mike, we mentioned GLV earlier in the show, one of our fine sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
Brett writes in to say, my mom has been trying to quit smoking for about 25 years and really hard for the past year, trying at least once a week and never making it longer than a day without a cigarette. So when her birthday came around the middle of November, I knew the perfect gift to get her, a nice e-cig from Great Lakes Vapor. I had no idea what I was looking at, and the lady at the Farmington Hills location was extremely helpful. A few days after my mom's birthday, she hadn't fully committed to trying it. So that night I saw it sitting on the counter, and being a smoker myself for 9 years, I thought I'd like to try that for the rest of the night, see how it goes. I had no intentions of quitting smoking at all. I love smoking cigarettes. But
Yeah,
that
me
night
too.
I tried it, and that rolled into the next day and the day after that. And before you know it, here I am 2 months later, and I haven't had a single cigarette since that night. My lungs feel 100 times better. My clothes and cars no longer reek of cigarette smoke, and I don't have to go outside in freezing cold to use it. To any listeners that want to quit smoking, or any that like smoking but are worried about the health risk, I highly recommend you stop into GLV, give them a try. As far as my mom, I got her a new one for Christmas since he stole her old one. She hasn't had a cigarette since then. She's tried everything in the past 20 years, and this is the only thing that's worked.
Yep. That's very similar to my story.
Yeah,
Same
you just
type of
picked
thing.
it up on a whim, right? You had no
Yeah.
intention of.
No, I didn't want to quit. I loved smoking. I was fine smoking the rest of my life, however short that was going to be. I didn't care. But yeah, I tried it, and then it was just a game. It was like, okay, when I want to have a cigarette, I'll just try this and wait 2 minutes. If I still want to have a cigarette, I'll just go have a cigarette.
Yeah.
And that was like, I didn't need one anymore. So, yeah, crazy.
Brett adds, and Jay, you're going to do a lot of damage to the show if you quit saying the F word. The biggest reason the show is enjoyable is because it feels like I'm shooting the shit with the guys. That's how every cool guy I've ever met talks when around one another. They say the F word. If you want to stop saying it around the family.
Wait, they don't say the F word. They say fuck.
Yeah, he said that, but the F word. If you want to stop saying it around the family or anywhere outside this, dude, I never said it around my family.
Well,
or anywhere outside the show, I think that's great, but please don't stop saying it during the show. It is extremely necessary and absolutely has its place.
Agreed.
Later, boys.
I agree.
I guess I'm just breaking the mold on what a cool guy is then.
Ugh.
It's such an extreme.
Reestablishing the
It's an
mold
extreme
for what a douche is.
Extreme word, Mike.
I don't say the F word anymore.
Done with the
I
F
find
word.
it highly offensive.
It's a journey, though. I'll admit it is a journey. Every now and then, I do start to say it.
Yeah, you say fuck like 15 times before the show starts, and every time you go, it's a journey. It's a journey.
Don't kick sand, Mike. Support
Half
me.
the time, I don't even realize you've said it until I hear the telltale, it's a journey. I feel the need to kick sand in your face.
You have to support me, Mike.
No, I don't.
Tim writes in, hello, podcasters and Mike's future roommate. In episode 496, the topic of moving in with Mike really had me thinking about how this got to happen. The radio gold that would come from that living arrangement would far exceed anyone's expectations. I can see it now. Walking in on Mike and Beth in mid-Congress. Mike walking in on and TCG in mid-Congress. Beth stopping by with the Proops, and Eric grabbing a jar of peanut butter while exclaiming he has to take the dog for a walk, only to head down to his room. Mike having to answer the door at 1:30 a.m. only to find some gross hooker standing there. These stories would be endless. Also, it's time for the 38-year-old greasy-plumed lummox to get out of his parents' basement and learn to live as an adult. However, I do understand Mike's concern with Eric not having any tangible skills that could prove helpful around his sprawling and luxurious Franklin estate. I'm so committed to this happening that I will volunteer my skills to make this living arrangement become a reality. I've worked in facility management. I've spent 5 years prior in residential new construction. I hold a valid plumber's license. He's a state of Michigan licensed builder. I would gladly spend some time each month taking care of repairs and improvements at the Walters compound if Mike allows to move in. Can be my apprentice with the hope that one day he will be able to handle these household tasks for Mike on his own. The offer's on the table. Goodbye, BUI, Tim.
No, it can't happen. Tim,
Why not? That's what you want, dude. You want want a man around the house.
Like a
And
win-win.
Tim will be your man.
I could go for having a man around the house to handle those tasks, and I welcome Tim to come by and showcase his skill set. That said, is a problem on a whole other level. He is. Jay, you witness it firsthand. Here's the problem I have with E. It's not that he doesn't shut the fuck up. It's not that he's irritating. It's not that he stinks. It's the fact that he can't close a door. He can't eat a sandwich without spilling shit all over. And I don't mean like a drop of something that he quickly cleans up. No, I mean a full tomato that sits there for a week.
Yeah.
I mean, he walks in, and then if I'm not paying really close attention, almost twice a week, it's like he just kind of walks in the door and just like lets it slowly close behind him. Then the cat knows, oh, he just walked in. There's a good chance that door's still open. And the cats go out there and they push open the door, which is not latched closed. And it happens multiple times a month. And it's like, close the door. Dude, you couldn't live. It's unlivable.
You're
couldn't
making
live with
Tim's
that.
point. Would be beautiful. You need to do this.
No. Why? So the cats can go get lost and freeze to
death? It would be a
death?
lot of fun.
No.
This whole thing.
No.
That thing you were trying to scrape off the astronom couch the other day?
Oh.
What was that?
I don't know. 2-month-old Mayo?
Oh.
I hadn't noticed it.
Oof.
Did you come on the couchy?
No.
There's something. Lift your bag. There's something on there that I didn't do.
What is that in the arm of that couch? Don't pick a hole in that couch.
I don't know.
Was it? Did Jay do it? Probably. Kadog, did you do that? Make a mess there? No.
What's unfortunate is I used to like the astronom couch. It's a very comfortable place to sit. I don't go near it anymore, man.
Yeah, I don't.
Because
Blame
that's
you.
like his lair.
Yeah.
You know, he puts all his shit over there. He's just sitting there pre-show, just picking his balls and everything. It's famunda cheese all over. There's boogers everywhere. He's just constantly picking stuff.
Yeah, he's gross on every level.
Hands down his pants all the time, and it's all over the couch.
I could see like him taking a shower and then getting out of the shower and just leaving the shower on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. These
leaving
are the
a
things,
faucet on.
These would be fun to talk about, Mike.
No. Oh my God, I can't believe the whole upstairs flooded. Dude, I know. Dude, I don't know. I fucking left the faucet on all night. I don't know. Dude, I know. I'll be better about it. That could be an actual conversation, right, E?
I don't know. Probably no, but
well,
not to that extent. I'm not suggesting the other parts of the conversation wouldn't be true.
Yeah.
Not the faucet.
Marisa writes in, good day, sirs. Typically, I wouldn't pick on Eric, but today is the exception. Regarding E's missing phone, E mentioned that it was stolen in some fashion and that his mom might know something about why his phone is gone, end quote. I think E's mom found porn on his phone and she took it away from him.
It's not what happened.
Have there been any other theories?
I don't care, and that's not what happened, and I'm not talking about it.
You don't care to talk about this?
No.
Not gonna?
Not enough time has lapsed yet?
No. I don't feel like talking about it.
It's funny that she picked up on that, though.
Yep.
She picked up on
Smart
that quote.
listeners.
I guess. That's definitely that's not what happened, though.
Huh.
Oh. Brandon writes in, gentlemen and stock inspector, Big E has got to go. I believe we've slowed the peeling of the onion to the point that his ignorance and annoyance far outweighs any positive he could ever bring. His overwhelming stupidity has brought me to a point where I honestly cannot in good faith recommend the show to a new listener. I'm a listener since episode 75, and I feel Jay is now used to the retard and his onion has stopped being peeled. His stupidity is no longer explained to the audience. Since I understand the retardedness of the retard, I can stand him. I feel, however, recommending the Detroit Cast to a new listener will in fact make me look like an idiot to anyone I convince to listen to the cum-filled dribble that comes spewing from Big E. Warmest regards, Brandon. Do you have a response, E?
No, I don't.
No response to that. I see his point, though, right?
Oh, yeah, it's a very valid one. That's a good
His
point.
retardedness has sort of just, yeah, it's a thing, right? And you can't explain it every show.
Floats about this room.
Like just a cloud, just a dark cloud.
Yeah.
Well, your heroes, your podcast heroes are running the show, Brandon, and you should appeal to them.
I think that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
In a way. John writes in. John is our listener who is making us a nice fridge stand. Are you familiar with this? Now he noticed on YouTube watching the show one time that we have atop a mere stool the revered Red Bull fridge.
Yes.
And his response to that was, "That looks like ass. You need a sweet stand or a nice case for that, you know?"
Mm-hmm.
A fridge stand, if you will. So he chimes in. He says, "I have some scrap." He's still working on the fridge stand, but he has some scrap, and he wonders if Mike and I need a pipe rack.
A pipe rack?
Of course, two proper gentlemen need a place to put their pipes.
Now they just sit there on the
Can't
desk.
very well just place them on the desk.
Well, now that you mention it, sir.
Where are we to place our pipes if not on a proper pipe stand?
Yeah. Are we going to be able to tell ours apart? We've got matching pipes.
I got a dot under mine.
I've got a feather under mine.
Well, then he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can tell. We can
All
tell.
right.
Yeah, no, I mean, shit, if somebody wants to engage in pipery,
So we hang it up like a guitar?
to the extent of making a pipe rack, I need to be able to reach mine. It needs to be within arm's reach
Yes.
at any moment.
Right there in the wall behind you.
Sounds
Hand me
perfect.
my pipe, sir. Excuse me, sir.
I've got a point to make. Hand me my pipe. Ah. Oh, John, that's mighty generous of you. Different John writes in. MC Hammer was the founder of Parachute Pants. Good day, gentlemen. I said good day. He was not
even close.
No way.
No.
Dude, I remember wearing parachute pants like 1984-ish.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
Like total breakdancing days, you
Yeah.
know? Like MC Hammer came later with those dumbass, down in the what do you call it? Groin area. where,
Yeah,
like,
they
it's
were-
almost sitting on the ground.
So you could do the dance.
Yeah.
Like,
Shuffle across.
yeah. Yeah, parachute pants were way earlier than
Yeah.
like junior high.
MC Hammer was what, like 88 to 90-ish, wasn't he? Like,
Yeah, he was with like the Vanilla Ice.
right.
When was he at CBGB's? 91?
No,
Parachute pants were a totally
Yes.
different pant than those MC
Correct,
Hammer pants
correct.
too. Like there's a name for those MC Hammer pants, I think.
Correct. Matt writes in, harkening back to our favorite oft-mentioned Detroit or Different Strokes episode with Dudley and the Bike Shop.
Yeah.
Respected podcasters, says Matt, in regard to the Different Strokes episode where Dudley gets his fudge packed, do you know the name of the game Mr. Horton asked Dudley to play after Arnold storms out of the apartment? Do you remember the name of the game?
It was is this where they were using the camera?
Well, Arnold storms out after watching some X-rated cartoon, says Matt, which I remember.
Something about a mouse. Why is the mouse doing that to her?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. I know this because I looked it up. He sent a YouTube with it, and you'll probably remember it. Remember, he was like, we could go to the bathtub and play Neptune, King of the Sea.
I don't remember that.
Really?
Yes. Wow.
Dude, that episode, it's so hard to believe they did that.
With the laugh track underneath it.
God, man. But Matt says, my buddies and I have a ton of drunken laughs over the years referencing the name of this game. The answer can be found at this YouTube link. So, yeah, thanks, Matt.
Wasn't he the boss? Was he the boss on WKRP in Cincinnati?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, the same actor.
Yeah. I wonder how he felt that was for his career. I mean,
Right.
that's got to be the most. I mean, I've probably seen every episode of Different Strokes. That is the most, in my opinion, that's the most famous episode of Different Strokes,
For
right?
sure. I remember Lance Parrish being on one that I was partial to.
Was
I also-
Trammell on one with
I
Parrish?
No, I don't think so. I think it was just Parrish. But and I certainly remember a lot of discussions between Arnold and Abraham, the goldfish.
Mm.
But there's no episode that really grabs you like the Dudley Bike Shop episode. No
I remember
way.
when Mr. Drummond caught Willis with weed,
I don't really
which was
remember
some
that one.
foreshadowing for days to come.
Sure.
Yeah, Willis got caught with weed at one point.
Remember the Dana Plato chick, the chick who
Oh,
played the
yeah.
daughter? She turned into a real wreck, right?
Oh yeah. We've spent many a time talking about Dana Plato over the
Did
years.
ya?
I think she robbed a store at gunpoint at one time.
she was ugh,
She's dead now, right? I think Dana Plato's dead.
maybe.
OD or something. I hope that's right, but I think so. Oh. Dog shaking his head. Yes.
Drew writes in, good day, sirs. I grew up like many listening to Drew and Mike. Remember Mike from the show, of course, and everyone remembers Eric. His in-studio early stand-up was great. Best part was Mark heckling, "Why is it obvious?" A line I like to toss out myself when applicable. Growing up in Sarnia, Ontario, I took the radio for granted, but when I moved away, I realized how great Detroit radio in general was, most notably Drew and Mike. Enough about that, though. I currently reside in Mississauga, Ontario, and listen to as many of your shows as I can. I was listening to the Drewcast and have really respected how the show has grown and even matured into a very entertaining show. Matured?
Well, yeah, the whole F word thing.
I also want to mention I drink my morning coffees at work out of my Detroit Cast mug. Try to use my left hand to show it off. I've used the Amazon link and plan on using it again, even though the Looney is becoming useless. And I just want to say, keep it up. Love the show. Well, thank you, Drew. Very much appreciate that, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Dana Plato, what? Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, it's funny that you mentioned that. Why is it obvious? Because me and Chubbs to this day still say that from Mark yelling in the background. Why is it? I was like, I think I was talking about moving back in with my parents and I'm getting laid all the time. And I'm kind of like, obviously. And Mark was like, why is it obvious? And me and Chubbs still to this day will say that if we say obvious.
Dana Plato died in May of 1999 at the age of 34.
Wow, 99. I would have never thought 99.
34, not good.
I thought we were hearing train wreck stories about her well into the 2000s, but
maybe they were just coming out in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah, we covered her pretty extensively when that was going on, but overdose death, OD'd, yeah.
Well, hey, on that note, we'll save the rest for tomorrow, gentlemen.
All right.
And bid you adieu.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks for hanging with us, everybody. And we'll do it again tomorrow. We'll see you guys then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen to God, watch you grow.